A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio.
This I believe. Barry Bingham is a newspaperman. He started as a police reporter in his hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. 20 years later, he became the president of both the Louisville Times and the Courier-Journal, and the editor of the latter. He often leaves his editorial desk to serve his country. He spent 3 years overseas with the Navy, and in 1949 was the chief of the special mission to France for the ECA. Against this very background, Barry Bingham now expresses his creed.
I belong to the generation of Americans who grew up after World War I. Many of us pulled away from religion because we could not see in it the answer to the two things we wanted most in life, freedom and happiness. Even now it's a little difficult for me to talk about the things I believe in because my generation was embarrassed by faith. We tried to live without it. Our pursuit of happiness grew more and more feverish, and we kept running faster and faster without finding our goal. Then the war gave us a chance to stop and take bearings. I spent many months on a Pacific island where for the first time in years I really had time to think. Many others have told me of having this same experience. I found that I could not go on running through the strange and often terrifying forest of modern life without a light to guide me. I could still see the spark of faith gleaming faintly in the distance. I have been trying ever since to work my way back to it. I believe each of us must accept his full share of responsibility in life. My generation tried to run away from responsibility. We tried to avoid growing up. I have a feeling that this is especially an American weakness, which we all inherit to some extent, this unwillingness to accept maturity. We are a young race, living in a young country. I have found that those who are young in heart are the happiest people in the world, but those who stay young in character beyond the years of growing up are the unhappiest. It seems to me that the code of responsibility here lies in the parable of the talents in the New Testament. That simple story explains that all men are not given equal endowments or opportunities, and that they are not expected to produce equal results. The parable makes clear that the man who is given 5 talents or 5 pieces of money has an obligation to produce a greater sum on the day of reckoning than the man who starts with only 2 talents or 1. It is the degree of effort and of dedication that counts. Of course, I do not argue that a man can meet all the problems of life merely by embracing responsibility and full self-reliance. The strongest among us is worth nothing without faith in a force far stronger than all our strength and wisdom combined. Yet I believe that I must try to merit God's friendship in the calm days of my life if I am to stretch out and grasp His hand at those moments when the best of human effort fails. We Americans of my generation have wasted years in a fruitless search for happiness and freedom. A great many of us are now beginning to realize that a happy life is a good and useful one. As to the absolute independence we have sought in vain, the Book of Common Prayer could have told us all along that the answer is in God, whose service is perfect freedom.
Those were the beliefs of Barry Bingham, newspaper and radio executive in Louisville, Kentucky. He lives with his wife and 5 children in the suburb of Glenview.
The Anchor Hawking Glass Corporation brings you Crime Photographer. Open the door, Richard. Open the door, Richard.
Hey, what's wrong with you, Mr. Marvin.
Huh?
There ain't no door to open. You're already inside.
Why, Ethelbert, haven't you heard that song?
You mean that is the name of a song?
Certainly. Haven't you heard it on the radio?
You know, Mr. Marvin, I never get a chance to listen to the radio. What I mostly hear is anchor hawking
That's right. Anchor Hawking. Glass Corporation is the world's largest makers of household glass. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tony Marvin. Every week at this time, the Anchor Hawking Glass Corporation of Lancaster, Ohio, and its more than 10,000 employees bring you another adventure of Casey, crime photographer, ace cameraman who covers the crime news of a great city. Our adventure for tonight, 20-Minute Alibi. Late afternoon, in the office of the Acme Insurance Company. A telephone rings on the desk of Mr. Edward Phillips.
Acme Insurance, Phillips speaking.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes?
This is Mr. Prescott. Travis Prescott. I've got to talk to you about my life insurance policy.
Yes, Mr. Prescott.
I've been having trouble raising the money for the premium. How much more time have I got?
Well, I sent you a final notice sometime last week.
Yes, you did, but what'll happen if I can't meet the payment?
Why, after today, I'm afraid the policy will have to lapse, Mr. Prescott.
Lapse?
Yes. In other words, you won't be insured after today.
What time? What time is it now?
Why, 5:15.
And I have until midnight to pay the premium?
That's right, sir.
But if anything happened to me before, the policy is still good now, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
That's all I wanted to know.
Just a moment, Mr. Prescott. Prescott? What happened? Mr. Prescott? Mr. Prescott! Well, congratulations, Ethelbert. When did all this happen, anyway?
Last night, Casey, the bartenders were just having their regular monthly meeting, and they elected me.
What do you know?
Of course, I still think the reason so many people come in here is because they like to hear Herman Chittison play the piano.
Boy, you got a point there.
Like my sister Edna says, quote, eat, drink, and be merry because tomorrow you don't have to work. That is, if it's Saturday night. Unquote. But you know Edna.
Yeah, I know Edna.
Hello, Ethelbert.
Good night. Oh, hello, Miss Williams.
Hi, Annie. Pull up a stool. What do you have, huh?
Not now, Casey. We got a job.
What? Well, where? What's up?
Man got killed over at the Milton Hotel, shot in the head with his own revolver.
Suicide?
That's what Captain Logan's men seem to think. We better get over there right away.
Well, what's the rush?
Because I know you, Casey. If Logan says it's suicide, you're going to think it's murder.
Come on, Annie. We're going to have to shoulder our way through this. Gosh, enough cops in this hall to launch a battle. Here, where are you going? Press, Commissioner. Gentlemen of the press. Her, too.
No, officer, I'm a lady.
It's all right, Dolan. They can come in.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Logan. Well, old boy, it's awfully decent of you to let me solve this case for you.
Now, don't start masterminding, Casey. This is a very simple job, and all you have to do is take pictures.
Oh? The murderer's confessed, has he?
The murderer has not confessed. There isn't any murderer, understand? This is a simple case of suicide, and let's keep it that way.
Okay. I didn't say anything.
Maybe not, but you're a thinker.
Well, one of us has to think. Now, look.
Oh, don't pay any attention to him, Captain. He just got up on the right side of bed this morning.
Well, he won't get up at all tomorrow if he doesn't watch his...
Well, come on. Where's the body, Captain?
Over here, behind the sofa, right next to the telephone stand.
That's where you found him?
I didn't find him, Casey. My men found him.
What's his name?
Prescott. Travis Prescott.
You live here in this hotel?
No, he was a salesman, lived uptown, but used this room as a sort of downtown office.
Watch it, Logan.
What's the matter?
Just taking a picture. Don't get scared. Now, you can put your clodhoppers anywhere you want.
Thank you.
Say, what makes you think it's suicide, Logan?
Oh, just a wild hunch. Prescott was found with a gun in his hand and a bullet hole through his right temple. Powder burns on the face prove that the gun was fired at close range, and a neat little suicide note was found in the carriage of his typewriter. Is that enough of a hint, Mr. Casey?
No.
Then now let's just speak to Mr. Phillips.
Mr. Phillips.
Yes, Captain Logan.
Will you please tell this gentleman that Mr. Prescott called you up at 4:45 this afternoon, that he didn't have enough money to pay the premium on his life insurance policy, and that you heard him shoot himself while you were on the phone?
Now, wait a minute, Logan. You can't hear a man shoot himself. You got to see it.
Well, this is practically the same thing. Mr. Phillips was still on the wire when the shot was fired.
That doesn't mean anything. The murderer could have phonied up the whole setup to make it look like suicide.
Use your head, Casey. If you wanted a murder to look like suicide, would you kill a man while he was still on the phone?
He's got you there, partner.
Okay, Mastermind. You go to your church and I'll go to mine.
Now, just a second, Logan. Has anything in this room been moved since Prescott's body was discovered?
You know better than that. Not till my tech men get finished.
Then it's murder, my friend. Good old premeditated homicide.
What do you mean?
Look at the telephone, Logan. Didn't you say Mr. Phillips here heard the shot over the wire?
Well, I did hear
Well, then if Mr. Prescott committed suicide, how did the receiver get back on the hook? Only one person could have hung up that phone after Prescott was dead, Logan, and that's the murderer.
Now, wait a minute, Casey. I thought of that, too. It's just probable that Prescott put it back himself.
Well, after he'd been shot through the head.
Well, it's possible, isn't it? He could have staggered and dropped it back into place as he fell to the floor.
Sure. He could have played a violin concerto on the way down.
So will you shut up?
It doesn't make sense, Captain. Casey's right about this being murder, and you know it.
I don't know anything of the kind yet. Mr. Phillips, tell me, did you hear the phone click after the shot was fired?
Why, now that I think about it, Yes, I'm sure I heard a click, as though the receiver had been placed back on the hook. Funny you're remembering it now. What do you mean by that? Nothing. Just passing the time of day until Captain Logan decides to start looking for some suspects.
Yeah, how about that, Captain? Doesn't this Mr. Prescott have any friends or relatives?
He's got a wife.
Yeah? Why isn't she here?
She probably will be any minute. I sent word to her just before you came in.
What was her reaction to the news, Captain?
I don't know. I wasn't the one who broke it to her.
Can't go in there.
That sounds like her now.
lady.
Let go of me, please.
It's all right, Dolan. She can come in. We were expecting her.
Yes, sir.
Where is the officer? What have you done with him?
No. Just a minute, please.
Is he dead? Is he really dead? Tell me, how did it happen?
Please. Now, you got...
Oh, the name of heaven, officer. Why are you keeping me from him? Why don't you let me see him? Travis!
No. You mustn't go.
Darling.
For Pete's sake, will you take her away from me?
No. I love him. I know how you feel, but you've got to pull yourself together now. Well, let me stay with him just a little while. Don't you understand? I love him more than anything in the world.
I'm terribly sorry. I know it's a shock to you.
It's all right. Only I can't understand why anybody would want it. Who killed him, officer? Who killed him?
Why, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure he was killed.
Captain Logan thinks he might have committed suicide. Oh, but that's ridiculous. He had everything to live for. He told me so this afternoon.
You saw your husband this afternoon, Mrs. Prescott?
Husband?
Yes. Aren't you his wife?
Why, no. I'm Evelyn Warner. I'm Mr. Prescott's secretary.
Day after tomorrow is Washington's birthday, and I'm sure you'll want to observe at least one good old tradition. So how about serving a delicious home-baked cherry pie for dinner? You'll find mouth-watering recipes in any good cookbook. But to make those recipes turn out right, to ensure flaky crust, evenly and lightly browned with no danger of scorching, be sure to use a Fire King oven glass pie plate. You see, Fire King oven glass absorbs oven heat so uniformly that it practically ensures baking results. Now, you'll find a wide selection of Fire King oven glass at your favorite chain, variety, hardware, and department stores, separate pie plates in different sizes, as well as casseroles with pie plate covers, and smaller pieces for baking individual deep dish cherry pies. Fire King oven glass prices are unbelievably low, and each piece is guaranteed for 2 years against oven breakage. Ask for Fire King oven glass by name, another product of Anchor Hocking. A great name in glass.
You've got some nerve, Casey, walking right up to Mrs. Prescott's apartment and ringing the bell. What do you expect to find out from her anyway?
Somebody's coming.
Yes?
Excuse me. I thought this was Mrs. Prescott's apartment.
It is. I'm her father. Lane is my name.
How do you do, Mr. Lane? Is Mrs. Prescott in?
Yes, but if you're a reporter...
We won't stay very long, Mr. Lane. We just want to ask a few questions.
Well, I appreciate that it's your job, of course, but really we've been hounded by so many reporters this evening. Can't you come back at some other time instead of bothering Mrs. Prescott again tonight? She's been through so much.
We'll miss the morning edition.
Yes, I know, but couldn't I answer your question for you? After all, the police have been here, and the whole terrible shock of Mr. Prescott's death.
It's all right, Father. You can let them in.
But, Helen, I'm sure
It's all right, Father. What's the use of pretending I'm upset about Travis's death? Everybody knows how he's treated me.
Helen, I think it's a mistake.
Oh, come in. Come in, won't you? Let's get these press interviews over once and for all.
Well, we'll make this a short one, Mrs. Prescott.
Thank you.
Helen, I think you're giving these people the wrong impression.
What's the good of keeping up appearances? It's all over now. Once I can really act the way I feel.
You sound as if you were almost glad your husband is dead, Mrs. Prescott.
Don't say that. I'm not glad. But I'm not sorry either. Yeah, I've been hurt so much these past few years. I'm just sort of numb about it. Does that seem very cold to you? Well, frankly, a little. Well, maybe it is. Then you didn't know Travis. You didn't know the pain or the heartache he could bring to those who tried to love him.
He was a scoundrel. Really he was. I hate to say so now, but he treated Mrs. Prescott abominably when he was alive.
In what way, Mr. Lane?
In every way. He drank, gambled, spent my daughter's money.
Spent it on other women. Women like that secretary of his.
Oh, you know about her?
Yes. She wasn't the only one. A little fool. He didn't care any more about her than he did about me. You think she might have killed him? If she was in love with him. Anybody who was in love with him might have killed him.
Including you?
I wasn't in love with him.
Well, it doesn't really matter very much. The police think he committed suicide.
Who, Travis? Not in a million years.
My father's right. Travis wouldn't take his own life. He was much too fond of living. Then you think that he was murdered? I'm sure of it.
By whom? Any ideas?
That's something for the police to figure out.
Say, look, try to remember, will you? After all, you're the doorman here. You ought to know what time Mrs. Prescott came home this afternoon.
Well, I do remember, but I don't know that I can pass that information along to you. I've already passed it along to the police.
But we're practically policemen. Show me your press badge, Casey.
And will you stay off my side? We're confusing the
I'm not confused. I know when Mrs. Prescott came home.
Oh, yeah? When?
About 5:15.
5:15, huh? It's just a half hour after her husband was killed.
You could have done it, Casey. Only takes about 20 minutes to get here from the Milton Hotel. 25 at the outside if she came right over.
It's just what I was thinking. Say, tell me, Mac, did she come home in a cab?
Yes, I believe she did.
Alone, or was she with her father?
Oh, no. She wasn't with her father. Mr. Lane came home at least half hour earlier.
About 5:45.
No, just about. Maybe a few minutes before.
Well, that lets him out, but it doesn't make it any too cozy for her. Well, thanks for the tip, old man. Here's one for you.
Much obliged to you, sir.
Come on, Annie. We got work to do.
Well, wait a minute. You don't have to yank me off my feet. Where are we going?
Back to the car first.
Gee.
And we're going to drive down to... Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Quick. Get up against the side of the building. Got a flash of that dame in the lobby. She's coming out.
What dame? Who's coming out?
Mrs. Prescott. There she is now. Look how she's dolled up.
A nice time for her to be gadding about. Where do you suppose she's going?
Keep your eye on her, Annie. You may have to tail her.
Look. Getting into that parked car in the corner.
For Pete's sake, get ready, kid. We're going to follow that car.
Why? Whose is it?
Don't you recognize the guy behind the wheel? That's Mr. Phillips, the insurance agent.
Casey, we'll both be killed if you keep driving this way.
Don't worry, Annie. I've still got 2 wheels on the ground.
Well, let one of the others down anyway.
Right, we're coming down for a landing now. Stopping up ahead.
I wonder why. Everything looks closed up around here. Where are we?
Downtown. Near River Street. These are all office buildings.
Wait. They're going inside that gray one on the corner.
Well, don't give them a chance to get away. Come on, Annie. We got to find out what they're up to.
Not so fast, Casey. I got high heels on.
No time to call attention to your legs. We're in a hurry.
Oh, don't be so manly. We'll catch up with them.
If we don't get a move on.
Well, there they are. Going in that side door off the lobby, see?
I hope they're not trying to give us a slip. That's what I hope.
No, it looks like some sort of office on the first floor.
Hey, it is an office. Oh. That's the insurance company. I'm going to find out what they're up to.
Easy now. Mr. Phillips might be back there with a gun.
Come on, we'll take a chance.
Don't tell me you're going to hold my hand.
Just across the threshold. There. Now you're on your own. Hey, what's that?
Take it easy, Casey.
Logan, what?
Captain Logan.
What are you doing here?
Minding my own business? What are you doing?
Now, look, Logan, don't be like that. We've been following that Phillips guy and Mrs. Prescott. They came in here a second ago. Didn't you see them?
Yes, I saw them. I sent for them.
You what?
I sent for them, Miss Williams.
Well, it's about time you got wise to yourself, Logan. Are they in this thing together?
Did they cook up some kind of scheme to kill Prescott and collect his insurance?
Well, not exactly.
Not exactly. Well, what do you mean? Come on, give. What have you got on them?
I just asked them to come down here so I could have a look at Mr. Prescott's insurance policy.
Aha! Good boy, Logan. That dame is suspect number 1 on my list.
Mine, too. He had motive and an opportunity to commit the crime.
When? Tell me about it.
At 4:45, when Travis Prescott was murdered, too. And she didn't get back to her apartment until 1/2 an hour later.
So you figure she was with her husband at the time of his death,
Mm-hmm.
Well, as a matter of fact, she wasn't.
Oh.
She's got an alibi, I suppose.
You said it, Casey, an airtight one. At 4:45, she was at a bridge party uptown with over a dozen witnesses, so she couldn't have killed her husband.
No, I guess not.
Then who did?
I don't know yet. I've still got an idea it was suicide, remember?
Yeah, I remember. Suicide or not, Logan, if you let that woman put one over on you, you're a sap. She has everything to gain by her husband's death, including that nice fat insurance policy.
Well, the policy may be fat, but it won't do her any good.
Why not?
Because she's not the beneficiary. Mr. Prescott left the money to Evelyn Warner, his secretary.
What do you want, Mr. Casey?
Well, I'll tell you, Miss Warner, if you'll just take your foot away from the door and let us come in.
No, please. I'm awfully busy right now. Can't you two come back some other time?
And find you gone?
No, of course not. What makes you think I was going anywhere? Don't you dare come in here.
Why? What are you hiding?
Nothing.
Nothing but a half-packed suitcase. I can see that from here.
Go away.
I will in a minute, Miss Warner. Come on in, Annie.
Like you are.
Big idea, sister. But you know it's bad news to run away at a time like this. It's practically an admission of guilt.
I don't care what it is.
You mean you killed Mr. Prescott?
No.
According to what Logan tells me, you were at the office with him this afternoon.
Of course I was. I was his secretary, wasn't I? I was there until 4 o'clock.
And where were you after 4 o'clock?
Mr. Prescott sent me out on an errand.
And why are you so anxious to get away now?
Because I know what'll happen. They'll send me to the chair for something I didn't do.
You didn't do it. You got nothing to worry about, Miss Warner.
But all the evidence points to me, the insurance policy, the fact that I worked for him, even the fact that I was in love with him.
There's only one fact that really counts. Can you prove you were not with Mr. Prescott at 4:45 this afternoon?
No. The only man who could prove it for me won't help me.
Who's that?
Mrs. Prescott's father, Mr. Lane. He knows I wasn't at the office at 4:45 this afternoon, but he'll never tell the police that.
Why not?
Because he hates me. I'm sure he does. Any man would hate me for breaking up his daughter's marriage.
But he wouldn't send you to the chair for it. Besides, Mr. Lane doesn't strike me as the kind of a guy who'd blame you for what happened.
He would. I know he would. I can't take a chance.
You can't take a chance because you killed Travis Prescott.
No!
You'll have a hard time convincing him.
Stand back.
Hey, what are you doing there with that?
He's got a gun.
Stand back, both of you. I know how to use it, and I will if you get in my way.
Don't be an idiot. You can't get away with this.
We'll see about that. Close my bag. Quick! Now, put it on the floor and stand back.
You're a chump to walk out of here with that gun in your hand.
I'm not asking your advice, Mr. Casey. Just don't move a muscle till I'm outside the door. Stand just where you are.
I'll take that gun if you please.
Mr. Lane!
What's the meaning of this, Miss Warner? I was just about to ring your bell.
Hold her, Mr. Lane. I'll take care of that gun.
Let me go, you stupid fool. Let go of me.
Thank you, Miss Warner. You might hurt somebody with that thing.
What's the matter here? What has she done?
Plenty, Mr. Lane. Murdered your son-in-law and tried to make it look like suicide. She just gave us a cock and bull story about you being able to fix her up with an alibi.
I don't understand. Didn't Mr. Prescott die at 4:45 this afternoon?
That's right.
Then how could Miss Warner have killed him?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, Miss Warner dropped some mail off for me at the apartment this afternoon. I was with her at almost exactly 4:45.
Hey, Casey, you've been sitting there for the last 15 minutes without opening your mouth. What's the matter with him, Miss Williams?
To put it in simple language, Ethelbert, Casey is what we might call stuck.
Does that expression on your face, Casey, mean that you're thinking?
Yeah. Give me another cup of that coffee, Ethelbert. Awful stuff.
Oh, Walter, bring Casey another coffee. I told you it was awful. You know Walter can't make coffee.
You're telling me. Annie, I give up. As far as I can make out, nobody was at Mr. Prescott's office at 5:15 this afternoon.
Well, at least Mr. Prescott was there.
I'm beginning to wonder. Boy, if he was alive, he'd probably have an alibi, too.
Maybe Logan was right. Maybe it was suicide.
Certainly beginning to look that way. Only there's something awful fishy about that phone call.
You think Mr. Phillips is lying?
I don't know. He's got plenty of witnesses from his office. But there might have been some shenanigans at the other end of the line. Oh, say, Ethelbert, if that's for me, you know what to tell him.
Right, Casey. You know me. Excuse me, folks. Hello, Blue Note, Ethelbert speaking.
Deposit 5 cents, please.
Yeah, wait, I'll have to get... Hey, wait a minute. I just picked up the phone.
If you'll give me your name and address, we'll return your nickel.
But I didn't put in a nickel.
You should deposit 5 cents before you dial. Please hang up and dial again.
Hey, look, lady. Hello? Hello? Goodbye. Must have been a wrong number. Blue Note, Ethelbert speaking.
Wrong number. Excuse it, please.
I thought so. Oh, dear, these telephone operators. I have more trouble.
Hey, wait a minute, Ethelbert. You know, wait a minute. Shoot, you give me a hunch.
Huh?
The telephone operator, Annie. That's who I want to talk to. Come on.
Where are we going?
Back to the Hotel Milton. I want to talk to the operator at the switchboard.
Hilton Hotel. Just a moment, please. Now, what were you saying, Mr. Casey?
Well, we wanted to have a look at the call sheet, miss. You keep a record of all outgoing calls, don't you?
That's right. Are you from the telephone company?
No, not exactly. But, look, if you'll do this little job for us, we can get your picture in the paper.
He's got his camera and everything.
Yeah, here it is.
Well, what do you want to know?
Oh, just how many calls Mr. Prescott made from his room this afternoon between 4:30 and 5 o'clock?
4:30 and 5 o'clock.
That's it. Did he make any other calls besides the one to the Acme Insurance Company?
Between 4:30 and 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. According to your sheet, Mr. Prescott didn't use the phone at all during that time. Last call he made was at 4 o'clock.
Let me see that, will you?
Sure. Casey, what's it mean?
It means we're dealing with a pretty slick murderer. That phone call Mr. Phillips got wasn't made from this hotel.
So?
What's more, Prescott didn't even make it. His voice was impersonated by somebody else's after the murder was committed.
Yes, but...
Here, hold on to this sheet, Annie.
Okay.
We got to get in touch with Logan right away. Operator, will you call headquarters, please? Hey, who turned off those lights?
I don't know, but somebody stepped into this room, Casey. I saw the door close just as... Oh, Casey, help me! Somebody grabbed the call sheet out of my hand. He's got the list of calls.
Don't worry, I've got him. Quick, turn on the lights while I hold him down.
I'll find the quick, Mr. Casey.
Now we'll see who murdered Travis Prescott.
Mr. Lane.
All right, Mr. Casey. I will try to get away. Go ahead and call the police.
Okay, Mr. Lane. So you killed your son-in-law?
Yes. I had every reason in the world for killing him. After the way he treated my daughter, he didn't deserve to live. I made up my mind to kill him when he tried to borrow money from me to meet his insurance policy. Policy that would only benefit that secretary.
After you shot Prescott, you went back to your apartment and called up Mr. Phillips, the insurance man. You impersonated your son-in-law's voice, and while Mr. Phillips was still on the wire, you fired a shot for him to hear over the phone.
Yes. I tried to make it look as if Prescott had died at 4:45, because I was already at home at that time, with a perfect alibi.
When did you kill Prescott, Mr. Lane?
At exactly 25 minutes after 4.
That gave you a perfect alibi, all right. The only trouble is it gave everybody else one, too. Okay, Annie, call up Logan.
Back in the 1920s, the average grocery carried only a few hundred items. Today, big food markets sell literally thousands of different products, different grades, and different brands. If it weren't for glass containers, marketing would indeed be a very perplexing problem. But thanks to transparent glass, marketing is not only simple and easy, but it's also fascinating. For glass lets you see exactly what you buy before you buy it. It lets you decide immediately whether the product is what you want or not. Yes, the colorful array of gleaming glass-packed foods on your market shelves is exciting and stimulating. It makes shopping a pleasure. And when you're in a hurry, when you aren't sure what to buy, what brand, what quality, what size, play safe and buy foods packed in crystal clear sanitary Anchor glass containers, protected by tamper-proof Anchor vacuum caps. Both products of Anchor Hocking. A great name in glass.
Well, you see, Ethelbert, it was a perfect alibi.
I don't see how it's so perfect if the guy got caught.
Well, he wouldn't have been caught if it hadn't been for our man Casey.
Oh, I don't know about that, Annie. Logan was onto that call sheet long before I was. He had a photostatic copy of it the whole time.
Well, then why didn't he do something with it? If this Lane guy hadn't followed you to the hotel and made that pass in the dark, he'd have been a free man.
Oh, not necessarily. No, Logan was playing the whole thing cozy, letting it pass for suicide and keeping an eye on all the suspects all the time.
Well, if I ever commit a murder, I'm not going to make it fancy.
Oh, why not?
Well, you see what happened to this Lane guy. He should have known you can't commit a murder and make it look like suicide.
Why?
Because any man that commits a murder is committing suicide at the same time.
Crime Photographer, starring Stop Cotsworth as Casey, is brought to you each Thursday by the Anchor Hocking Glass Corporation, makers of Fire King Oven Glass, Anchor Glass Containers, Anchor Caps and Closures. All products of the Anchor Hocking Glass Corporation, a great name in glass. Photographer is directed by John Deep. Tonight's episode was written by Robert Sloan. The original music was by Archie Blyer, and the program features Miss Leslie Woods as Anne and John Gibson as Ethelbert. Thursday night on CBS is the biggest show in town, so stay tuned for exciting dramatizations on Reader's Digest Radio Edition, which follows immediately over most of these stations. If you are a young woman between the ages of 18 and 35, here's a way in which you can serve yourself and your nation. America needs student nurses to study for a high-paid professional career. Ask your local hospital for complete information. This is Tony Marvin saying goodnight for the Anchor Hocking Glass Corporation, the world's largest makers of household glass. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
This, I believe. Ben Lucien Berman has been compared to Mark Twain as an interpreter of the people and the atmosphere along the Mississippi. His novel, Steamboat Round the Bend, is probably his best known, as it became Will Rogers' most successful motion picture. Here now are the personal beliefs of Ben Lucien Berman.
I became a philosopher early. I had to become a philosopher. I was rather badly wounded in the First World War at Soissons, France, when I was 22, and as a result I was flat on my back for a long time. It was either get a philosophy or crack up. My code of living is simple. It consists of 3 parts. 1, never be cruel. 2, always be artistic. 3, never lose your sense of humor. Number 1, I don't believe requires much explanation. Never be cruel means, of course, always be kind. I believe that kindness is the natural human instinct, not cruelty. I have no illusions about humanity. I know its faults, its frequent blindness, its capacity for making terrible mistakes. But my work as a writer takes me among all kinds of men and women, often the very rough and the very poor. Everywhere I have found generosity and nobility, men who would have gladly given their lives for me because I had done them some slight kindness. The vast majority of human beings will do the basically good thing if they are given half a chance. By the second point in my code, always be artistic. I mean that whatever I do, I try to do with as much grace as possible. If I write a book, I want to make it as beautiful as I can. If I were a shoemaker, I would want to make shoes the same way, as perfect as possible. In our madly commercialized and mechanized world, we have lost our sense of the beautiful. I believe we need beauty in our lives just as much as we need food on our dining room tables. A world where beauty flourishes is a happy world, a world at peace. The third part of my code, as I said earlier, is never lose your sense of humor. I don't like pomposity. I don't like stuffed shirts. I'm glad I was born in a small town. It's a wonderful antidote for smugness. I remember years ago when I had a little success in New York with one of my first novels. There was the usual round of autograph parties and literary lunches, and I was feeling rather pleased with myself. About this time I happened to go back to my hometown in Kentucky, and I saw an old fellow I had known as a boy standing on a street corner. He looked me up and down a long time and remarked lazily, "How are you, Benny? You been away a while, ain't you? You still teaching school?" That reduced life to its proper proportions. I was over in Germany not long ago, in the ruins of Berlin, and a reporter asked me to give his paper a thought for the day. That was a bit of an order for me, who had been in 2 wars against the Germans and had very definite physical souvenirs from both. I reflected on what I could tell the Germans under these circumstances, and then I wrote, "When all the peoples of the world remember to laugh, particularly at themselves, there will be no more dictators and no more wars."
Crime does not pay. Where are we going, Dasher?
Going? We're not going. We're there.
Yeah, you heard him, Georgie. We're there.
This garage?
Sure, let's roll in the garage. Just the place for a nice friendly game. Come on up the ramp, Georgie.
I don't feel like playing, Dasher.
Sure you do. You said so.
Yeah, but I just remembered I don't have no dough on me.
You won't need any dough, Georgie.
No dough for this game, Georgie. Harry, what's going on?
Get up that ramp, Georgie.
We got a new game, Georgie. It's called Stick the Pigeon.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear Dead Pigeon, starring Myron McCormick. Crime Does Not Pay, starring Myron McCormick as Louis the Dasher Monroe in Dead Pigeon. They breed in the slums of the big cities and in the slums of the rural countryside, those parched earth, sagging roof slums of the farmlands. They want what others have, and when the proper means does not exist, they take what they want, making jungles of their minds and living according to the jungle's law of kill or be killed. They give each other nicknames for color. Louis the Dasher, because of his velvet-colored topcoat and pomaded hair. Ohio Ollie, because of the tune he whistles. Jack the Kid, for obvious reasons. But Harry Roper had no nickname. His last name was enough. Harry was an expert with a 4-foot piece of clothesline. They met, these four, as the general staff under the Dasher's command to consider a matter of security.
Cut it, Ollie. This is business.
Oh, meeting called to order. You heard the Dasher.
Go ahead, Dasher. Make with the talk.
It's a cinch. George has got to go.
George? That punk, what did he ever do?
One word. Pigeon.
George? A stoolie?
You heard me.
It don't seem possible.
Pipe down. Listen to the kid.
I'm walking down East Main, see? Minding my own business. That's different for a change.
Cut it, Ollie.
Okay. So you was walking down East Main. Yeah. About a block up the line, I see George. You know that crazy walk of his, the way one shoulder, the left one, is always lower than the other? It's always easy to tell him that far away. Get on with it. Anyways, all of a sudden, up comes a proud car alongside George. The door opens, in jumps George, like he was used to it all his life. Just in with the cops. But an hour later, I'm in the drugstore across from the station house. Out comes George and walks away. That don't prove nothing. Maybe they had a piece on him from the prowl car.
That was the day they picked up Stan right out of his hideaway. Nobody knew where he was, except us and George.
What else?
The day before they broke up the game back at Marty's Laundry, George was down at the DA's office. 2 days before they shot it out with Johnny Sugar, I saw him make a pinch on George. A rap that didn't stick more than 3 hours.
That's enough.
Me too. When do we give it to him, Dasher?
Tonight, if we can find him.
We'll find him.
Want me to look? George likes me.
We'll all look. 2 by 2.
What's the pitch?
You'll stay with me. We'll make the candy store at Seneca and Newcastle our headquarters. Harry, you take Ollie. Work out of the all-night beanery over at Lincoln and Park. That's near the garage where the kids stashed that hot car. We'll check by phone from the pay stations. Whoever finds George talks him into a small game in the garage. No shooting, understand? I want Georgie to know why and how he's getting it.
Any calls, Ollie?
Nothing. This is my 3rd cup of coffee and nothing. How much coffee do you think I can drink?
Never mind that. George will be around sometime tonight. If we miss him, we'll hear from Dasher.
We ain't gonna miss him.
You got something there, pal.
How much longer are we gonna walk, Dasher?
Till we find him.
Why'd we use the car? These feet are killing me.
George wouldn't get in a car. Anyhow, wear shoes the right size. The dames don't care if you got big feet.
You suppose Harry and Ollie found him?
If they did, Pop's got a message over at the store.
Yeah, this kind of thing always spoils a party for me.
Think how the party's going to be spoiled for Georgie.
Before. Streets are awful quiet this time of night.
Oh, morning. That's why I said no guns.
I get it.
So, George. Take a look at this. It's over here under the lamppost.
What is it?
A note. Read it.
Meet me in my office Wednesday, 10 a.m. Tom Edwards. Hey, that's the DA.
Let's walk. I figure we'll plant that note on George. When the cops find him, they'll find a note. Newspaper boys will get it and print it.
And everybody will know George was a stoolie. They'll pin it on us.
Don't worry, kid. First, Edwards is DA in the next county. He couldn't be interested in us. 2, I want everybody to know. The other pigeons will know, too. I think the warning will take.
Dasher, you're a genius.
Smart enough, anyway.
Dasher, up ahead. Close to the buildings. Other side of the street.
It's dark in there. Wait till he gets near the lamppost. Yeah, it's Georgie. I know they'd walk any place. Come on, kid.
Right.
Hi, Georgie. What's your hurry?
Oh, hiya, Dasher.
Going any place special?
No place special.
Interested in a little game, maybe?
Maybe? What's cooking?
Blackjack.
Oh, I'm lucky at blackjack. Where?
Central Garage. We made a deal with the Grease Monkeys. What do you say we go over and take a hand?
Sure. Why not?
Let's walk. Why are you so lucky at blackjack, George?
Well, any combination of 7 is my lucky number.
I get it. Think you ought to play tonight?
Why not?
Today's the 11th.
Oh, the date don't mean nothing.
Just the cards?
And the dice.
There's Pop's corner.
Lights are still on around here.
Night Owl show at the movie. Wouldn't pay for Pop to keep open otherwise.
It'd pay Pop to stay open only for us.
Any other neighborhood would attract too many nosy cops. Wait for me. I'll only be a minute.
Yeah, sure.
I will be here. Now, like I was saying, kid, any combination...
Any messages, Pop?
No, nothing from nobody.
How's business?
Any business? How can it?
Anybody in the back room? I want to use the phone.
Nobody in back, nobody in front either. If it gets no better, I'll give it up entirely.
Hey?
Right.
We got him.
Check.
15 minutes.
And double check.
That was quick.
And to the point. Pop.
Yeah?
Anybody wants to know, the kid and I have been in and out of here all evening.
That's the truth.
See you, Pop. Good luck with the soda.
We almost there, Dasher?
Almost. Why?
My feet hurt.
That's what I said just before we met you. Funny. They're okay now.
I thought you said Central Garage, Dasher.
Did I?
Where are we going, Dasher?
Going? We're not going. We're there.
Yeah, you heard him, Georgie. We're there.
This garage?
Sure. What's wrong with the garage? Just the place for a nice, friendly game. Come on up the ramp, Georgie.
I don't feel like playing, Dasher.
Sure you do. You said so.
Yeah, but I just remembered. I don't have no dough on me. You won't need any dough, Georgie.
No dough for this game, Georgie.
Holly, you here too? Hey, what's going on?
Ramp, Georgie.
Hey.
We got a new game, Georgie. It's called Stick the Pigeon.
No, you can't.
Come on, get him inside before he wakes up the whole neighborhood.
Get up there.
Just look at Dasher.
No, get him in the back, way back. Come on. That's it.
No, I didn't do nothing. Honest, I'm clean.
Stand. Stand for money. And for Johnny Sugar.
I couldn't help it, Dasher. They had it on me for that Mercer Street job. They was going to fry me if I didn't talk.
Now, Dasher?
What else did you tell him?
Nothing, I swear. Let me go, Dasher. Let me live, Dasher.
Show him, Harry.
Only 4 feet long, Georgie.
No, not the rope.
What do you got for him, kid?
Steel. Makes a hole about a 16th of an inch across. Big enough.
Don't shoot me, Dasher. Not the pick! Shoot me!
You're gonna burn, Stan. Marty will work his hands off in a jute mill. Johnny will go to the rock. We hate stoolies. And in a very few minutes, you, my friend, are going to be one dead pigeon. Okay, fellas.
No! I don't want to die! No, please!
Well, let me forget the note, kid. This pigeon is going to make a real fancy dressed package.
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with Dead Pigeon. Now, we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring Myron McCormick as Louis the Dasher Monroe in Dead Pigeon. They found George, the dead pigeon, next morning. The stolen car into which his body was tossed was abandoned on a quiet, tree-shaded residential street. A passing policeman noticed the cloth of George's coat caught in the door of the locked car. One look through the window, and that particular policeman was on his way to the nearest call box. Shortly thereafter, prowl cars, squad cars, an assistant medical examiner, and the wagon from the city morgue converged on the spot. That tree-shaded residential street was quiet no longer.
The ME is through, Lieutenant. Death by multiple stab wounds and strangling. Pockets? No, nothing except this. Now, meet me, my office, Wednesday, 10 a.m., Tom Edwards. Oh, Billy Dew from the DA. Yeah, next county. Must have been a stoolie.
We'll find out since we take his prints. Let's have a look at him.
He's a mess, whoever he was.
So's the car. Boys checking the plates?
Well, that won't give us anything. I'll beat from another car. Standard practice. This one wasn't pretty, even living.
What's this black stuff on his back?
Smells like oil to me.
Yeah, it is oil. That's funny, on his shirt, not on his jacket.
You know how they operate. Pull his jacket over his head and let him have it. It falls on his shirt.
Yeah. Oil. Look, Sorrell. Not one word to the newspaper boys about that note.
Why not, Lieutenant? They'd love it.
I know, but that's a warning to other stoolies. We're not doing any favors for the gangs yet. And run a check of all public garages within, say, 5 miles of here.
That's a large order, Lieutenant.
I know, Sorrell, but that oil comes from the floor of a garage. I'll bet on it. And I want to know which garage has a record of a car like this one. We might pick up some interesting leads that way. Never can tell.
Company's come, Lieutenant. Picked up Joey here when he came to work tonight. Lieutenant Swenson, this is Joe.
Hello, Joe. They still call you the baker?
No more, Lieutenant. I'm going straight now. I got this job and been sticking to it. Honest.
He's washing cars at that certain garage.
Well, just tell us the truth, Joe. You'll be all right.
I don't know nothing, Lieutenant. I pick up and deliver cars, too. I'm out of the garage most of my shift.
Yeah, we know that. You're reporting to the probation officer, Joe?
Yes, sir.
I thought so. You know, I think you're a lucky break for us.
Me? Lucky for you?
Sorrell, get a chair for our friend Joe.
Of course, Lieutenant.
Won't you sit down, Joe?
That is, well...
I said sit down.
Yes, sir.
Now start talking, Joe.
What about?
Oh, stop that. You know about accessory after the fact.
I don't know nothing.
There was no call either to pick up or deliver at your garage from midnight last night until 4:12 this morning. The record's here on this sheet. You were there.
All right. I was sleeping in one of the cars where I could hear the phone.
And hear and see a murder committed. The murder our medical examiner says took place between 1 and 4 a.m. this morning. That left bloodstains in the rear corner. That left oil smears on the back of the victim. You didn't sleep through anything like that, Joe. Now stop stalling.
or you'll go back to your cell up the river.
Have a heart, Lieutenant. If I talk, I'm good as dead.
If you talk, you'll live longer and better. Better than behind bars, Joe.
I can't. I can't. He was a stoolie. They'll give it to me the same way.
Then you saw it. You did see it.
I'm scared to talk, Lieutenant. I want to live. I want to live.
If all the lily lived. All right, sir. I'll take him down to Davis Street Jail and lock him up.
But I didn't do anything.
You're a material witness. And your bail is going to be as high as the DA can get the judge to make it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Keep step. Hey, you're here to exercise, so exercise. This ain't no playground. Keep moving.
Blackie,
No
you heard?
You know the rules.
Joe the Baker is here. Cell 23. Material witness, George the Pigeon. Pass it. Check. Hey, Phil. Joe the Baker. Cell 23. George the Pigeon. Material witness. Pass it.
I thought I just said no talking. Shut up, you hear?
Yes, I was talking, sir. Get word out, Joe the Baker. Cell 23, material witness, George the Pigeon.
Gotcha. I'll pass it.
Here I am, Keys. Is that you, Wally? Yeah. No, name's Jerk.
Sorry, I heard something on the grapevine over Davis Street.
Spell it.
They got a witness on that pigeon killing.
They couldn't. Who is it?
Joe the Baker, remember?
Yeah. Where was he?
Asleep in a car. Noise woke him up.
Brother. Dash will want to know about this. Fella, you earned your money this time. We set the bail?
Yeah. $100,000. Looks like they want to keep him.
That's it, Dasher. Of all the lousy breaks.
And a character like that. Okay, Ollie, we'll get him out.
Spring him?
No, legitimate. We'll bail him out.
Well, we get the 100 G's.
Don't worry about that. The Constitution says no big bail or something. I'll send the mouthpiece into court in the morning. He'll get that bail reduced, and we'll put it up. Get it?
And then what?
When Joe the Baker walks out, we'll be waiting for him. He'll jump bail all right. They'll never find him. And it'll be worth every cent it'll cost us.
Okay, pal, you can have bail now.
Me? Who put up 100 G's for me?
How should I know? Only it wasn't that much. Some mouthpiece talked to the judge. It's down to 10 G's.
So long, Joe. It was nice knowing you. Drop us a postcard, Joey, if you can.
Get going, pal.
I ain't going. What? I don't know who put up the money. I ain't got no mouthpiece. I ain't going. Can't make me go if I don't want to. I don't want no bail. I want to stay here where I'm safe. You think I'm crazy? The minute I step on the street, I'm dead. I won't do it. Nobody can make me.
You getting me this straight, Ollie?
Straight like I got it. Our pal, the Keys, says Joe suddenly got smart and refused to bail.
What wised him up?
Seems like the other characters in his cell block began wishing him goodbye. That's what he got wise.
I'd like to...
Easy, Dasher. That's my job.
Those dumb, stupid... Next thing you know, the Baker will start to talk.
I wouldn't be surprised if we could just get him out for 30 seconds.
If. Haven't you any imagination? Figure something.
As long as he stays in there, who can touch him?
Well, how about a writ or something?
Well, they're holding him as a material witness without a charge for his own protection.
Don't look good to me. We can't get him out, and we can't get in.
Can't we? What are we paying that jailer for? A news broadcast?
Maybe you got something, Dasher.
The first time I ever heard of anybody who wanted to get into jail. You got an idea, Dasher?
Why can't Joe have a visitor?
No reason why not. Oh, no, Dasher. This is one job that's not for me.
What's so tough? Our boyfriend lets one of us in. We get to Joe. The Keys turns his back. A fast shiv, and that's that.
Dasher, you mean Right in his cell?
Oh, the visitor's room, not regular hours. Maybe 10 o'clock at night. Keys will play along. He'd better. He has to go home when he's off shift.
It don't feel right, Dasher. Too close to the line.
If Joe the baker speaks up in court, we're over the line.
You better count me out, Dasher.
Hey, me too. I need room to work. Jail's no place for me.
Ollie?
I get a rash every time I go near a jail. They don't agree with me. Honest, Dasher. But I'll wait outside with a car.
I get it. You're all turning chicken.
Do we gotta take care of him that way?
If there was any other way, wouldn't I figure it?
Yeah, sure you would.
Hey, couldn't we draw straws or something? Short man has to go in.
No straws. A job like this you have to want to do or you'll slip someplace. All right. This is the way it has to be. Ollie.
Yes.
Contact your pal.
Okay.
Joe the baker gets his visitor. Tonight.
Who's that?
You got a visitor, Joe.
Visitor? Me? You want to see me, and since when visitor's 10 o'clock at night?
Yes, too many questions. Come on.
Hey, I don't understand.
Come on your feet, Joey. Let's go.
Okay, I'm coming. Hey, this ain't the way to the visitor's room?
Well, not the day room. At night, we got a special place down near the kitchen.
Yeah. Okay.
It's in here, Joey.
Hello, Joey. Nice to see you.
Dasher.
Shut up. Don't use my name.
Keep away from me. Keep away. Help. Keys. Hey, Keys.
Keys won't help you. He's gone to bed.
Don't come near me. Don't. I'll call you, Dasher. Don't come close.
Put down that baseball bat, Joe. Take your medicine like a man.
Ice cream. Chocolate ice cream. We used the bat to pack the ice in the ice cream freezer. What a break.
Put it down, Joe. Be nice, and I'll make it quick. Otherwise, in the belly. Come on, put it down, Joe.
I won't. You don't get me, Dasher. I'll break your arm. Put away that shiv, Dasher. Put it away.
You're gonna get it, Joe, just the way Georgie got it, and you know about that.
I saw you. Keep away from me, Dasher.
Well, get Joe's back. All right, Dasher, drop that knife.
Look out, Flatfoot.
I thought he was going to cut me. I thought he was going to cut me.
I will, you lousy.
Wait till he off.
You got a hard chin, Dasher.
Oh, my jaw. And George cracked.
Your bracelet's on him, Sorrel. You didn't figure we'd have a tail on you, did you, Dasher? You didn't figure we'd pick up Ollie and the kid and Harry in the car outside. And you didn't figure to fry for killing Georgie, did you, Dasher? You just didn't figure a lot of things.
Crime does not pay. Myron McCormick, who was starred as Louis the Dasher in Dead Pigeon, will be back with you in just a moment. Now, here in person is Myron McCormick.
I know that many of you believe that the world of Louis the Dasher, Ohio Ollie, and George the Pigeon is a world of fantasy, drawn from the vivid imagination of a writer of crime stories. I'm glad that you can believe this, but the fact remains that you must not believe it, because this world really exists. This is shocking, I know, and you have every right to ask not only what is to be done about it, but how it happened, and how such things can be prevented. The police do what can be done. This underworld came into being largely because of the kind of greed that breeds in slums and dire poverty. These things can be rooted out at their source. This is a basic goal toward which our civilization is moving. When we have reached that goal, you and I and all good citizens, then we will have demonstrated once and for all that Crime does not pay.
Thank you, Myron McCormick. Crime Does Not Pay is written by Ira Marion and directed by Max B. Loeb, with music composed and conducted by John Gart. Technical advisor is Burton B. Turtis. The event's characters fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental.
This I believe. Beniamino Buffano was born in Italy, but his parents brought him to the United States when he was just 3. He studied at the Art Students League in New York, and while still in his teens, designed the Buffalo nickel. His outspoken advocacy of what he believes in the field of art made for a number of heated controversies. Here are some of Beniamino Buffano's ideas on life.
I came from a large family. There were 15 children, 10 boys and 5 girls. I am the 13th child and the black sheep of the family. My father was educated to be a priest, but for some unknown reason, at the last minute, in place of donning the robe, he joined up with Garibaldi and became a bitter enemy of the Pope and his church. My mother, a great woman, was on the other hand unschooled, and signed with an X for her name. Yet this beautiful woman knew more about philosophy, poetry, and the great men of history than any I can account for. She was my first and constant teacher and inspiration. Her stories were many, mixed with a vivid imagination and a profound sense of humor. She would wait up for me, no matter at what hour I would return from my studies. In winter, she would wait for me by the fireside, and in the summer she would wait by the window where it was cool. When I would reach home, she would greet me with a smile, and would always have something good for me, a hot bowl of good soup, a piece of cake, or a glass of milk. Then we would eat it together. Sometimes she would give me a gentle scolding. This was usually if I got home after midnight. She would say in a soft voice, "Son, it is good to study, but you should have more sleep. You should not work too late." But often we would sit by the fireside for several hours, into the early morning hours, telling stories of great men of the past or of some new and revolutionary change. Her favorite saying was this: in order to know one thing well, one must know many things better. When I was at the age of 12, she said to me, "Listen to this. Son, if you wish to know and to learn about God, people, and humanity, do not hang too long about your mother's skirt. And remember that all people are essentially the same, with one destiny, one hope, and one justice in common." There was a second beautiful person in my life, and with my mother she made it bearable, studious, and happy. She was a young girl, a nun, though her schooling was short and interrupted. She is the most brilliant and the best read person I have ever met. Our conversations are many and travel over the past and into the future. I always wash my hands before I write to her at the monastery. Let it suffice for me to say that her name is Little Sister of the Sea. I have been around the world twice and lived with the various peoples, 12 or more years, learned part of their language and their hopes and beliefs, and shared both their joys and sorrows. All of this has taught me much, yet somehow it is the light that these two beautiful people held before me that has the greatest influence in my life and made me most aware of God's power, His mercy, and His justice. This I believe.
They're the creed of Beniamino Buffano of San Francisco, California, an artist who finds beauty all around him.
Calling all detectives. One thief at a time is bad enough. But when a detective finds himself at a convention of criminals, then he's really in trouble. That is the situation on this page from my casebook. The casebook of Jerry Browning, private detective. The most important thing a private detective like me, Jerry Browning, learns is to be in control of any situation. I was in one of the convention rooms of the Fowler Hotel because an hour earlier, somebody who didn't tell me his name phoned and hired me to keep a protective eye on the people attending the Flour Millers Convention.
Pardon me, sir. Is this your watch?
I glanced at the watch a benevolent-looking gray-haired man was holding out. It certainly was my watch. Yeah, thanks. I took the watch, shoved it back into my pocket, and melted into the crowd. Fine thing. A detective hired to protect a convention and getting his own pocket picked.
Excuse me, did you lose this?
I blinked as another man offered my watch to me. Yeah, I guess I did lose it. Where'd you find it? The man smiled, patted my shoulder.
Don't give it a thought, my friend.
I grinned ruefully, took the watch. This time put it carefully into my trouser pocket. No two ways about it, I had to find somebody in charge. I stopped a portly little man ambling by. Can you point out to me who's in charge of this convention?
Sorry, son. I just got here myself.
He started to walk off, then turned back to me.
By the way, isn't this your wallet?
I snatched the wallet, closed my fingers over his wrist. Yes, it is. And what's more, I think you just lifted it.
Why, of course I did. And if I may say so, I don't think you have much future in the profession.
He shook off my hand and stalked off. I leaned against the wall and mopped my brow. Obviously, I'd come to the wrong meeting room and stumbled on a convention of pickpockets. Hired to guard a convention, I entered the wrong meeting room and found myself in the midst of 50 pickpockets. My first impulse was to get out of there and yell for cops. Then I thought better of it. These men weren't bothering anybody. The cops could have no reason for arresting them. But even if there was nothing I could do about it, I did have the chance of a lifetime to watch pickpockets practice on each other. Just then, a soberly dressed man came up to me.
Pardon me, I'm Arthur Warner. Astrolus is my society name. Do you know where I might find the house detective?
I gave him a suspicious look. The house, Dick? What for?
I hesitate to say this, but I'm afraid there's a thief among our number. I'm a diamond dealer. A packet of stones has been taken from my pocket.
Very funny. Very, very funny, Mr. Astrolus. But don't think you can distract my attention. Go work on somebody else. I leered at him, turned him around, and pushed him back into the crowd. Then I took my watch and my keys, put them into my inside jacket pocket along with my wallet, and started across the room. A tall, bearded man clutched at my sleeve.
May I give you a demonstration of a new device that is absolutely detection-proof?
You certainly can. The bearded man took a handkerchief from his pocket.
Now watch this. Notice that my fingers are wide apart and motionless.
He held the handkerchief lightly between thumb and forefinger.
No!
Couldn't believe my eyes. The handkerchief had vanished into thin air. The bearded man pulled up his coat sleeve.
Not up my sleeves, you notice. This device makes use of none of the usual methods. I'll sell it to you for $100.
I glanced up, noticed that a group of men had surrounded it. One of them was Arthur Warner, who'd given me the line about being a jeweler. He stepped forward and pointed at me.
That's the man.
I looked around at the circle of angry faces. One private detective among 50 pickpockets. Not so good. An elderly man stepped forward.
Sir, nobody here knows you. If you are one of us, a recent member perhaps, kindly tell us your society name.
I glanced in the direction of the door, a good 30 feet off.
The door is locked, young man.
I jammed my hand under my jacket, grabbed for the revolver I always carry in my arm holster. Behind me, a voice said, "I have your gun." I shrugged, dropped my hand. Okay, so you got me. But the room clerk downstairs knows me. He saw me come in. And if he doesn't get a report from me pretty soon, he'll figure out I'm in trouble, and you know what that means. The old man looked perplexed.
You work with the room clerk?
I saw that I was getting control of the situation. Not only the room clerk, but the house stick as well. Warner looked shocked, then incredulous.
This is preposterous. The man is a thief and a liar, and I suggest we call the police at once.
I couldn't believe my ears. The police? You're going to call the police?
Certainly. Why shouldn't we call them? But you're all pickpockets. How dare you? Certainly our members demonstrate manual dexterity by extracting small objects from one another's pockets, but they return them instantly. I will have you know, sir, that not in 40 years has there been any actual theft at a meeting of the Merlin Magician Society.
Magicians? The thing would have been funny if it hadn't been so serious. Gentlemen, I can explain everything. I'm a private detective. The voice behind me said, "So he is. Here's his badge and his license. In his wallet." I ignored that. Never mind about me. The fact still remains that there's a thief in the room. Somebody who has Mr. Warner's packet of gems. If you'll permit me, I'll try to recover them.
Very well, Mr. Browning. We will be grateful for your aid.
I let my gaze wander from face to face. No two ways about it. I was in command of the situation. But what was I going to do about it? Is there any other stranger in this room? The old man shook his head.
Only you, Mr. Browning?
I nodded. Fine. And Mr. Warner's jewels are still in the room, because the thief wouldn't risk calling attention to himself by leaving. Not if he's a society member.
Nobody has left the room, Mr. Browning.
I did some of the fastest thinking of my life. The thief, whoever he was, would be prepared for a general search, and was not worried about it. These men were all magicians. They knew tricks. They had devices. Of course, it had to be that. I suddenly turned and grabbed the bearded man. You offered to sell me a disappearing gimmick. You called attention to it because everybody here must know you've been working on it. Would think it funny if you didn't demonstrate it. I say Mr. Warner's missing jewels are hidden in this whatever it is. Trot it out and show it to us. There was a long pause. Then the bearded man slowly unbuttoned his jacket, folded back the lining to reveal a leather-lined pocket, and an arrangement of wires, and a small packet.
I only took them for a dramatic opportunity to demonstrate my wonderful illusion. Mr. Warner, your jewels!
Well, that was his story, and he stuck to it. Maybe it was the truth. Maybe not. I've got my own opinion on the subject. Anyway, they let him go, rather than expose the Merlin Society to scandal. As for me, I got $50 as a reward from Arthur Warner, plus a life membership in the Merlin Magician Society. Brownie is my society name, in case you're interested. Like I said, it's important for a detective to be in control of the situation. But when he's working with magicians, he's got to be careful he doesn't wind up losing everything else. Listen next time to Calling All Detectives, Mystery Drama, Mystery Quiz, and a chance for you to match wits with yours truly, Jerry Browning, Private Detective.
That look in his eyes, like a madman. He wants to kill me. Someone does. Like the other three, lying on the floor in a pool of blood. Almost 12 o'clock. It's night. Any minute now there'll be a ring. Or a knock.
Midnight, the witching hour when the night is darkest. Our fears the strongest, and our strength at its lowest ebb. Midnight, when the graves gape open and death strikes. How? You'll learn the answer in just a minute in The Creeper. And now, Murder at Midnight. On this program, we bring you the best and most blood-curdling stories ever written. And so now we bring you a tale which you may have heard before. A tale which we consider a classic in terror and suspense. The Creeper, by Joseph Ruskall. In the kitchenette of the New York apartment, a man and his wife listened to the evening news broadcast.
New York. The unknown killer called the Creeper has struck again, adding a third female corpse to his toll. Virginia Peters, a comely waitress, was found strangled to death in her third-floor apartment early this morning while her radio blared. As in the previous murders, a note was found scrawled on the wall with the victim's lipstick and the plea, "For heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more. I cannot control myself." Police insist...
Now, why'd you turn it off?
Oh, how awful, how awful. And in this very neighborhood.
Let's hear the rest. It's very interesting.
Oh, you... Don't go turning that radio on again, Steve Grant. Heard enough. I'll go out of my mind, for heaven's sake.
That's it. A good, solid clue.
What is?
For heaven's sake. How many men ever use that expression?
Oh, shut up.
Okay, Mrs. Grant. Pass the biscuits, my little pigeon.
Pass the biscuits. Eat, eat, eat. 3 women in 3 days murdered in cold blood by a mad fiend right here in Washington Heights. I'm too sick to go out, too scared to stay in. The lock's broke. He sits there eating. Pass the biscuits.
There's nothing wrong with my appetite, my love.
Of course. That's what cost you your job on the police force. When I even think of
Some men drink to escape. I eat.
Escape what? What?
An ugly tongue, a beautiful face, and a roving eye. In short, a wife.
Oh, so you're starting that again. You and your crazy jealousy.
Yeah, maybe that's the Creeper's way of escaping, too, Georgia. Who knows?
Shut up. Go ahead and get a divorce. Go ahead. Can I help it if men look at me? I don't know why you come home at all. Where do you go? What do you do with yourself? Where were you this morning? Why'd you come back?
To eat. But someday I'll lose my appetite for that, too. And when I do, my dear, there'll be no escape. And now I'm off again. Kissed? Still using stage lipstick. Wipe it off. How many times must I tell you? You're married now, remember?
Steve, wait.
Yeah?
At least go buy my medicine.
Sorry, I got no time.
Don't leave me here alone. Stay home this evening. Please, I'm afraid.
Oh, don't be silly, pet. Nothing will happen to you. You got a doorman here, an elevator boy, Mrs. Stone across the hall, a phone. You're safe enough.
But the night lock, it doesn't work.
Oh, now you can't lock me out anymore.
It doesn't catch. Something's happened to it since last night. Steve.
Get a new one.
I can't get a locksmith. I've tried all day. Steve, please. If I want to phone you, where will you be?
Out. Goodbye. Take care of your cold.
Steve Grant.
Huh? Well, if it isn't old Pearly Chase, how are you?
Here you got thrown off the force, Steve.
Yeah, I hear you got thrown off the news, Pearly.
You heard wrong. I wasn't fired. I was just warned.
I wasn't fired either, just suspended for 3 days. Eating a lamb chop at Casey's when I should have been ringing in from the box at 162nd with all that trouble up there. On my way to headquarters now for reinstatement. I eat too much, my trouble is.
I drink too much. Hey, you're living up at the Heights, Steve.
Yeah.
That's funny, me too.
Yeah?
Hey, you're married now to a beautiful and lovely young... With admiration.
Say it again.
I think I knew her. Wasn't her stage name Georgia Dixon?
Yeah, that's her. I love that wench, but... women. How does a guy handle them? You know, maybe the Creeper has the right method.
Thank you for taking the words out of my mouth. Who's the Creeper, Steve? Any angles?
You tell me, and I'll split the reward with you. Say, what do you think of Inspector Bradley's inside job here?
Nuts. Every janitor's a creeper? And as for that doorman, Jim Ellis, just because he worked at 2 of the 3 murder apartments? Pure coincidence. Anyway, they've released him. One thing, though, and I don't think even Bradley's put it together yet.
Yeah?
In all 3 cases, just before the creeper struck, the door locks had already been tampered with.
You don't say.
You got a theory?
Well, sure. I mean, you take that note on the wall. For heaven's sake, in every case, for heaven's sake, catch me before I kill more.
I cannot control myself.
Right.
Oh.
Now, what man uses an expression like that? You want the lowdown? It's just this. A creeper is a woman.
A gimmick, huh?
Yeah.
Like the height of the message from the floor is a trick, 6 feet. And yet I'll lay odds the creeper's no more than a guy your height, say, or mine. 5'9", just like us, you or me. Only crazy.
Yeah? How do you figure that?
How do I figure lots of things? How do I know where the creeper's going to strike next?
You do?
Certainly. The creeper's not so smart. He's just crazy. You play along crazy and you're one jump ahead of him. That's the trouble with Inspector Bradley. Why, he's up a tree. You expect logical clues from a madman? You play along crazy, make out you're the creeper. And what do you get?
Well, go ahead, let's see.
All right, the victims are all redheads, every one. You've noticed that, of course. 3 in 3 days?
Yeah, now that you mention
They
it.
all lived in the Heights, right? Agnes Martin, Jane Krutsky, Virginia Peters?
Right.
What was the number of the apartment in each case? Agnes lived in 1A, Jane 2B, Virginia 3C. Don't ask me the why or wherefore. Don't ask me the logic. Just play along crazy. You see what I mean? Where's he going to strike next?
Huh? I don't get you.
The next victim of the creeper also lives in the Heights. She's a redhead. Her night lock's been tampered with. She's going to get hers today, and her apartment number's 4D. Well, why are you looking at me? Don't you like my arithmetic?
Curly, my wife's a redhead. We live in the Heights, and our apartment number is... You're just a boozy reporter.
Your apartment number?
4D, I told you.
4D, of course. It's pretty late, but I'll have it delivered. I was busy admiring your lipstick, Mrs. Grant. I've nothing like it in stock. 4D, I should have guessed it anyway.
Why?
Well, a face is a number. Believe me, since you've moved into the neighborhood, Mrs. Grant, for me it has a special number, like Double Dandy Delicious Dream. 4Ds, you see?
Go on. But you tell that to every customer. Female.
I'm a ladies' man? Like the creeper? What did I say? What's going on in this block? Raw nerves, you can't joke. The creeper, that's all I hear all day. It's mass hysteria. There ain't such an animal.
You don't think so?
I assure you, Mrs. Grant, it's a fairy tale for circulation of the tabloids. I'll send your prescription up with the boy.
No, I'll just wait here for it.
Well, it'll take some time. You should go right home and stay there if you're just getting over the flu. I'll tell you what. I'll deliver it myself. It'll be a pleasure.
No. I'll wait. I may not go right back. I don't want to be there alone. I'm afraid.
Very well. Suit yourself. Have a seat. For heaven's sake, stop me before I kill you.
What?
I cannot control my... Wait, I was only joking, Mrs. Grant. Wait, Mrs. Grant, your prescription.
Mrs. Stone.
Why, yes. What's your hurry here?
I just got such a scare since these awful murders in this neighborhood.
Yes, isn't it terrible? I'm simply frightened to death myself. You walking home?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I'll go with you. It's good we live in the same house.
At least if I had a double lock, but the night one doesn't work.
Oh, really? Well, I have a chain lock besides, and still...
The way it is, I sit and shiver when there's a sound at the door. Can't get a locksmith. Tried all day, but they're all so busy. Mr. Frank on the corner promised to, but didn't know when. Why are they all so busy?
Well, my dear, because every woman in the neighborhood's changing theirs, too. Simply a nightmare. Oh, but don't you worry. We'll stay together this evening. Mr. Stone's out, too. Think of it, we've never visited, though we live right across the hall from each other. Isn't that like a big city, for heaven's sake? Or would you rather I dropped in on you?
Well, I don't know.
Well, make it your place, then. Isn't it horrible, the ghastly things they're saying? The theories one doesn't know what to think next. You believe the latest?
The latest?
That maybe it's a woman, the creeper?
A woman?
Can you beat it? I just can't imagine how in the world the police figure that, for heaven's sakes. Can you? I say, can you, Miss Grant?
I don't know. I was just thinking of something my husband...
Though I can see where a married woman now, if her husband was faithless, well, I can understand such a theory, because they take my husband now. You've met Mr. Stone, haven't you? Oh, Mrs. Grant, why on earth are you staring at me like that, for heaven's sake?
Oh, I don't feel well. I must get home. I feel faint.
But Mrs. Grant! For heaven's sake!
Sobbing with terror, a woman with red hair runs up the dark street, back to her apartment and the door with the broken lock. As the hands of the clock move on towards 12 o'clock and... Murder at midnight. at Midnight and The Creeper. Back to Georgia Grant, hurrying hysterically through the dark streets towards the apartment with the broken lock on the door.
Good evening, ma'am. Out late, aren't you?
Oh. Yeah, you're the new doorman?
Just relieving Charlie. Nice night.
Yeah. It was very nice.
Here, let me ring the elevator for you.
No, you don't have to trouble.
No trouble, ma'am. There. Apartment 4D, huh?
Yeah. How did you know?
Doesn't take long.
When will this elevator come?
Coming now. Terrible things, ma'am. The happenings.
What?
The creeper. It's so...
Going up?
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down. The ups and downs of life, that's me. I'm a living milkshake, Mrs. Grant. Uh-oh.
What's wrong, Jimmy?
Stuck. Imagine getting stuck between the third and fourth with a production like you.
Get going, Sonny. Want me to report you?
Okay. Can't you take a joke? Maybe I misconstrued that smile you always give me. Maybe you shouldn't ought to smile that way. Fourth floor.
Let me out.
If I drop in later, will you be more receptive?
Oh. Home. Oh, thank goodness. I must be going out of my mind. Key. Where's my key? Darn this lock. Darn the lock. Hello. Is the locksmith in yet? Well, I want to know how soon I can get my lock changed. Yes, I know it's late, but he promised. This is Mrs. Grant. Yes, 4D, yes. I know you just explained to me, but I must...
Georgia?
Yes? Yes, so won't you...
I've been waiting for you.
Don't
you little fool, it's me. Do you want the whole house to... That's better.
What are you doing here?
Oh, don't worry. You haven't got a thing to worry about now. I've come to protect you. Give me the phone. Hello? Never mind about the lock, thank you. Sit down. Make yourself at home. Been waiting here for you. Long time no see, Georgia.
What do you want, Pearlie?
Me? A headline. Your husband wants, too. He wants I should keep an eye on you.
What's that?
Sure. You didn't think Steve and I were acquainted, did you? Oh, yes. From way back. Just met him at a bar.
I don't believe you. What do you mean, keep an eye on me?
Oh, just in case the creep... You heard of the character?
You're mad. You've always been mad, Pearlie Chase. Where is Steve? Why should he send you here? Why should he think the creeper will come here? What are you doing here?
Told you. Playing along crazy. Got a drink?
You're drunk now. And you're getting right out of here. You're nothing but a no-good rummy.
And you're nothing but a no-good... You finish it. When I took the drink, it was to drown you out, and you know it. I'm still a rum pot, Angel, which means I haven't got rid of you yet.
Get out.
You little two-timing redhead. You're all the same, you redheads. Even a wedding ring can't change you. Oh, don't play the innocent. My business is snooping. I make a living at it between drinks. So your new motto's love thy neighbor, huh? Mr. Stone across the hall? Poor dumb Steve.
I'm warning you. Get out or I'll call the police.
Stay where you are?
Pearlie, what are you doing with that gun?
I wouldn't pick up that phone if I were you. You see, there's a big reward for the creeper and a heck of an exclusive, and I don't want to share it. I'm riding a hunch. Now, sit down, darling. Just play along with me while I play along crazy. Sit down. That's it. Like we're expecting company.
Let's have some music. Don't just sit. Let's have some music. I said turn on the radio. That's it. That's the good girl. Dance music. Let's dance. Give me a run. Let's dance. Like old times. Around and around like my brain. Why are you trembling? I still love you, you little fool. Ask me why. I love you. I love you, you lovely redhead. I could kill you and you deserve it. Put the radio on, you could scream and no one would hear. I could put my hand on your throat like this. I could strangle you. Why are you crying? Stop it. I'm here to protect you. Stop crying. Cut it, I said. Cut it out. I can't stand it. I never could. Okay. You want me to leave? All right, I will. It's your funeral. What am I saving you for anyway? Where's my hat? In a few minutes, there'll be a knock or a ring, or the door will just open. And you'll be lying in a pool of blood like the other three. Goodbye, my worthless. Give my regards to the creeper.
What if he comes back? He wants to kill me. Somebody wants to kill me. Must lie down. My head is splitting. Trying to frighten me. Still a spite. That's it. Like the other three. In a pool of blood. Like the other three. Almost 12 o'clock. Any minute now there'll be a knock. Or a ring. Yes?
This is the doorman, Mrs. Grant.
Yes?
The druggist is here with the medicine. Shall I let him up?
The medicine? Yes, let it. No. Don't let that man up.
Want me to bring it up?
No. I'm perfectly all right. I don't need any. I don't need it, you hear? Don't you dare come up. Don't dare. Oh, please, I must have it changed right away. My door lock. Yes, this is Mrs. Grant. Yes, I do want it. Of course, anyone can get in, anyone. They want to murder me, but I don't know who. It's the creeper. Oh, you'll come right away? Thank you. Thank you so much, but hurry, please, hurry or I'll go out of my mind. Oh, thank the Lord. Like the other three in a pool of blood. Any minute now. A knock or a ring. Who's there?
It's me, dear, Mrs. Stone.
Oh, what do you want?
I've been worried about you. Are you ill?
No, I'm all right, Mrs. Stone. I'm feeling fine.
Open up, dear. Don't you want me to keep you company?
No, thank you. I was just... Oh, stop that.
Do let me in, silly, and we'll...
No, please, go away. I'm going to sleep. Go away. You hear me? Go away. Hello.
Hello, George. Are you all right?
Oh, Steve. Steve, I've been frantic. So good to hear your voice. Where are you?
At headquarters. I'm going right home. Sweetheart, is anything wrong?
No, not when I hear you, Steve. I don't know what came over me all day. I've been imagining things so silly. My nerves.
Sorry about supper tonight, honey. I wasn't myself. My job had me down, but now everything...
Oh, of course. Forgive me, Steve. I've been bad, wicked. Oh, darling, if you knew what I've gone through tonight, the most dreadful state. And then that... Steve, did you send someone here today?
Pearly Chase?
And you did?
Yeah, to keep you company. Isn't he still with you?
No, I just got rid of him.
Oh, I wish you hadn't. He's an all right guy. Smart reporter. Lives in the neighborhood, too. Honey, it sounds cockeyed. I mean, Pearlie's theory, but I was kind of worried when I got to thinking, so... Listen, Georgia.
Yes.
Don't let anyone in the house till I get home.
No, I won't, Steve.
Not anyone, do you hear? Not anyone.
Oh, Steve, wait.
What?
Wait, Steve, it's, thank goodness at last now I can breathe easy. Darling, just a minute.
Georgia. Hello? Hello, George.
Mr. Frank?
Mr. Frank.
Can you hear me?
Thank goodness you've come. Please, step in. It's the lock on this door I want. Just a moment, my husband's on the
Can you hear
phone.
me, Georgia?
Steve?
Yeah, what happened? There was something else I wanted to tell you.
It's all right, darling. Everything's all right now, Steve. You needn't worry.
Didn't I just hear you talking to someone? Was that somebody at the door?
No, it's no one, dear. It's just Mr. Frank, the locksmith. What a load.
Georgia, listen, Georgia. That's what I was going to tell you.
What is...
The police are on a new trail. They think maybe a locksmith. Georgia, you listening? They think maybe the creeper's a locksmith. Get him out, quick.
What nice lipstick you use, Mrs. Grant. Yes. Very nice lipstick. Very nice.
Can you hear me, Georgia? Georgia? Hello, Georgia.
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Hurry. Catch me before I kill more. For heaven's sake.
Soft footsteps hurrying down the corridor, away from the door with the broken lock now standing ajar. The body of a red-headed woman. And still, should she not have known that her only visitor would be death? And the clocks struck 12 for murder at midnight. Remember to be with us again when death knocks at the door, wearing a familiar face, and the clocks strike 12 for murder at midnight. The part of Georgia was played by Ann Shepard. With music by Charles Paul, Murder at Midnight was directed by Anton M. Leader.
This, I believe. Benjamin P. Thomas is a leading Lincoln scholar. His one-volume biography of Lincoln was unanimously praised by the critics. His devotion to the study of all things Lincolnian started 30 years ago, when he became executive secretary of the Abraham Lincoln Association. He is the author of 5 books, 4 of which are on the great Civil War president. In addition, he was an editorial advisor on the collected works of Abraham Lincoln. Benjamin Thomas states his creed against this background of close association with one of the richest minds in history.
I have been privileged over 20 years to search the mind and heart of perhaps the greatest human figure of all time. No one could walk so long with Lincoln and not feel a touch of his spirit. Much of what I believe derives from him. Like others, he experienced years of doubt before coming to understand how the incomprehensible might still be true. In my own case, the attitude of questioning instilled in college brought me to denials and rejections. Then, through study of Lincoln, I found beliefs to cling to. At the basis of Lincoln's thinking was a philosophy of history. He saw in right and wrong a struggle between man's selfishness on the one hand and his love of justice on the other. Few historians would subscribe to such a simple view, yet there is that constant struggle in the minds of men and within and between nations. I believe God planned it that way. In his omnipotence, he could have made us perfect and all-knowing. Instead, he implanted in us a desire for knowledge and betterment, and left us to gain them for ourselves. How little we should appreciate our physical comforts if we obtained them without effort. How sterile life would be without the challenge of the unknown. Just as God gave us a universe to conquer, so he left us spiritually imperfect that we might aspire to perfection. Because striving, not fulfillment, makes for strength. Lincoln said of the clause of our Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal, that of course this was not so in all respects, nor had our founding fathers meant it to be taken literally. They meant to hold it before us, perhaps beyond our reach, but still a goal. I believe God had the same idea when he laid down the laws of life. The fundamental law of life gears my personal welfare with the welfare of mankind. I can move onward and upward only with the progress of humanity. Thus self-interest of itself, if I can command no higher motive, demands that I aid my fellow man. But to help him, I must know him. Only with understanding can I trust and respect him and grant him tolerance. With understanding, I do not blame his offenses on his race or his creed or his color, remembering that I and men of my race, creed, and color also fall short and offend. I must recognize that the desire for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness of all our people, of all people the world over, is no less valid than mine. How wise our founding fathers were in saying the pursuit of happiness, rather than happiness itself. Because only fools can be supinely happy. For men of mind there is always more to know and do. Contentment comes only in pursuit of the truth of the universe to feed our minds, pursuit of goodness to refresh our spirits, pursuit of kinship with our fellow man to fill our hearts. I believe God meant our world to be that way, and I believe he measures us, not alone by what we do, or how often we fall short, but even more by how steadfastly we try.
That was Benjamin P. Thomas, the author of the highly acclaimed one-volume biography of Abraham Lincoln. A resident of Springfield, Illinois, he finds relaxation and a change of pace from his scholarly pursuits on his 2 cattle farms.
Another case for that most famous of all manhunters, the detective whose ability at solving crime is unequaled in the history of detective fiction, Nick Carter, Master Detective. Tonight's curious adventure,
The Double Disguise, for Nick Carter and the mystery of the kidnapped heiress.
Pardon me, but could you tell me which way to Bond Avenue, please?
Bond Avenue? Why, yes. We'll just walk 3 blocks
okay,
straight
mister.
ahead.
It's a stick-up.
What?
Yeah. Hand it over and be quick about it.
Hand what over?
Your wallet, of course. Come on.
Oh, come now. Isn't it quite late in the evening for this sort of thing?
There's nothing funny about this. I mean business.
You haven't been in the business very long, have you?
That's enough talk. Just hand it over. Hand it over, I'll shoot.
You really would shoot me, would you?
Yes. This is your last chance. Please, I don't want to have to kill you.
Okay. But you won't find very much.
All right, I'll take that toy pistol now. There. Oh. You knew all the while.
Sure. Would have fooled most people, but you just happened to pick on the wrong man. I'm Nick Carter.
Nick Carter? Gosh, I guess I did. My name is Brown. Chester Brown.
Well, Mr. Brown, let's have it. What's the story? You're no gunman.
Oh, you're right, Mr. Carter. I've never done this sort of thing before.
Well, why'd you try to hold me up, then?
Oh, I was desperate. I've been out of work for 3 months now.
In times like these?
Yes, I know, but I'm a salesman. There's no need for them now.
How about manual work?
I tried that, but my heart isn't very strong.
Oh, I see. Married?
Yes, I was married 6 months ago.
Where do you live?
We live in a couple of rooms in a boarding house. Only a few blocks from here, Mr. Carter. Why do you ask?
I'd like to go home with you and meet your wife.
Oh, that means you aren't going to turn me over to the police.
No, not yet at least.
Oh, thanks.
But one never knows, Mr. Brown. Let's go.
Right this way, Mr. Carter. Stella! Oh, Stella! Stella! That's strange. She isn't home.
Maybe she went out for a while.
At this time of night? She'd be back by now. What does it mean?
Well, it probably doesn't mean much. Oh, wait a minute. Here's a note. Perhaps this will explain things.
Here, let me have it. Dear Chet, I'll be gone for a few days. Don't worry about me. All our troubles will soon be over. We're coming into a fortune. I can't explain any more now. You're Stella.
Well, congratulations.
Ah, look what's enclosed.
$100 bill. May I see it, please?
Oh, here you are. Gosh, I can't believe it. It's too good to be true.
Tell me, Mr. Brown, is your wife any rich relatives?
Rich relatives? Never heard her speak of any. Mother and father no longer living. Well, she has an uncle, a man by the name of James Spear. He lives somewhere out in Colorado. Maybe it's he.
Yes, maybe.
What are you doing, Mr. Carter?
Just checking the number on this bill against the list I have here.
But why? What is it?
Mr. Brown, I'm afraid my congratulations were a bit premature.
What do you mean?
Have you read the evening paper?
No, I haven't seen a paper all day. Why?
Michael Stillfield, the banker, was murdered last night. $10,000 was stolen from his private vault in one of the cleverest safe-cracking jobs seen here in years.
Yeah, what's that got to do with this?
The stolen money consisted of $100 bills.
So what?
The bill your wife left for you was one of those stolen by the murderer.
Oh, but Mr. Carter, she had nothing to do with that.
I feel sure of that, Mr. Brown.
Well, then why should you want to...
Suppose you went out tomorrow morning and tried to spend that bill. What would have happened?
Why, Oh, I see. I'd have probably been arrested as the murderer.
Exactly.
But why did she leave that bill for me?
Because she's as much the victim of this frame-up as you are. Brown, if my hunch is correct, someone's trying to make trouble for you and for her.
Oh, but Mr. Carter, why should...
Don't ask questions yet. Just listen to me. Pack up a bag and get out of here tonight. Go to 73 Bleecker Avenue. That's a rooming house run by friends of mine on the other side of town. Sit tight until you hear from me. Don't tell anyone where you are and don't use your right name.
But suppose my wife comes back.
I said to leave it all in my hands.
Oh, but why?
Brown, don't be a fool. If you don't follow my directions, you may be dead before morning.
So you don't think either Brown or his wife had anything to do with the murder, Nick?
No, Patsy, I don't. It's too obvious a frame-up.
A frame-up?
Yes, don't you see? The murderer persuades Mrs. Brown to go somewhere with him on some pretext or other and gives her one of the stolen bills to leave for her husband, who's sure to be arrested if he tries to spend it.
But why should the murderer want to pin the job on Mr. Brown?
That I don't know the answer to, Patsy. Except that for some reason or other, he wants to get Brown out of the way. Hello?
Hello, Nick. I'm glad I found you in.
Oh, Riley, what is it?
You still say you're not interested in the Stillfield killing?
Well, as a matter of fact, Riley, something's happened since you spoke to me about it. I've changed my mind.
Oh, so you've heard already?
Heard? What?
About the big Postal Express robbery down on Front Street. That's where I'm calling from.
I know, that's news to me. What did they get, Riley?
$40,000 in negotiable bonds. Right out of the vault, Nick.
Not bad.
Yes, and this is the interesting part.
Yeah?
You know who those bonds will be shipped to? Michael Stillfield.
Stillfield? Okay, Riley, thanks. I'll be right down. Well, Patsy, this thing gets more interesting by the minute. Let's go.
Here you are, Nick. Hello, Patsy.
Patsy.
Hello, Terry.
Well, Riley, let's have a look.
Sure thing, Nick. Come on inside. Now, this is Mr. Johnson, Nick. He's in charge of the express office.
How do you do?
So glad you came, Mr. Carter. Nothing like this has happened in the 30 years I've been with the company.
Well, I suppose there's always a first time, Mr. Johnson.
That's the vault over there, Mr. Carter.
Oh, thanks. Certainly don't come any finer.
That's true, Mr. Carter. Absolutely burglar-proof. Or so we thought.
Was anything else taken?
No, just the bonds. And they're as good as cash, you know.
When did you discover that they were missing?
This morning. They were put in that vault last night. I watched the bookkeeper do it myself.
I see. And you were the one who closed the vaults?
That's right. I closed it and adjusted the time mechanism myself.
Well, seems to be intact.
That's just it, Mr. Carter. I can't understand it. Neither the vault lock nor the time attachment have been tampered with. It looks like the devil's own work. It's absolutely incredible, Mr. Carter. But there you have it. The safe was open and the bonds are gone. Well, what do you make of it, Nick?
There aren't many men who could have pulled off this kind of a job.
Well, you're right there, Nick. As a matter of fact, I don't know anybody but Nick Carter who could have done it. He's that handy with locks of all kinds. You have some idea, Mr. Carter?
You say the bonds were put in the vault last night?
Yes, that's right.
About what time would you say?
Well, we received them from the west on the 5 o'clock train.
Did you say from the west?
Well, yes, they came from Colorado.
And they were addressed to Michael Stillfield?
That's right. And they were put in the vault a little after 5. And as you already know, that's the last we were seen of them.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I don't think we need bother you any further.
I do hope you'll be able to track down that thief.
It's more than a thief you've put me on the track of. The man we're looking for, Mr. Johnson, is a murderer.
What was that stuff you were giving Johnson about looking for a murderer, Nick?
That's exactly what I meant, Riley.
You mean there's a connection between the murder of Michael Stillfield and this robbery, Nick?
You catch on fast, Patsy.
How do you figure it, Nick?
Well, in both cases, it was Stillfield's property that was stolen. And in both cases, there was a remarkable safe-cracking job, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Looks like it could be the same ones, all right.
And you recall where Johnson said those bonds came from?
Yes, from Colorado, Nick.
Sure, I remember his saying that, but what's that got to do with it?
Just a hunch, Riley. By judging by the way these two safes are broken into, I think I know who probably did it.
Who?
Clint Bartow.
Clint Bartow?
Oh, you're having me believing the dead come to life again, Nick. Why, don't you remember? He was reported dead 5 years ago up in Canada someplace.
Yes, but where Clint Bartow's concerned, I don't have much faith in that kind of a report. He's the most dangerous and resourceful criminal on the continent. Riley, I wouldn't be surprised that he had that report circulated purposely.
Well, no, I hadn't thought of it that way.
Furthermore, I suggest you make a thorough check on the background of Michael Stillfield, the murdered banker. An idea there may be some interesting facts turned up.
Okay, Nick, it's as good as done.
When you get the information... Wow.
What is it, Nick?
We're being followed.
Huh? Well, not for long we won't be. Now just let me...
Wait a minute. I want to handle this my own way, Riley. You continue on the way you're going. Patsy and I'll turn up this side street.
Okay, Nick. I'll be seeing you. So long.
So long, Riley. All right, Patsy, come along this way.
Is he still following Nick?
Yeah. He's hanging on, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Into this doorway here.
Okay. Now what?
Well, just wait. He'll be along. Yeah, here he comes now. Stay here, Patsy.
Be careful, Nick.
Hey, you. What's the idea of following me?
What? Who? Me?
Yes, you. You've been tailing me ever since... Oh, no, you don't.
Hang on. Let go of me. I ain't done nothing, mister.
No, not yet you haven't. Now talk, my friend. And let's hear something interesting.
Okay. I was tailing you.
That's what I thought. What's your game?
Oh, not my game. It was some bloke I met near the express office.
Yes? What about this bloke?
Well, he says there's a 10 spot in it for me if I keep an eye on you all day. You know, see where you go and what you do.
Well, then what?
Well, that's all, mister. And I was supposed to report back tonight at 8 with a dope and get paid.
I see. Where were you supposed to report back?
Beach Street, opposite the railway station.
What did this man look like?
Oh, you can't miss him, mister. He's about 6'6". Dark hair, and he has a long curved nose.
Well, so he's the one.
Oh, you know him, huh?
Yes, I think I do. You were offered $10, you say? Here's 20.
What for?
For forgetting all about reporting back, see?
Oh, I get it. Sure thing. Thanks.
Wait a minute.
Yeah?
I want to get a good look at you.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I shan't forget what you look like in a hurry. Now beat it, and remember, stay out of my way.
Okay, mister.
All right, Patsy, come on.
What now, Nick?
We're going back to the office. I've got a special job to do now that requires a complete change of wardrobe. In fact, Patsy, a complete change of everything. There, that does it. Hand me that mirror, will you, Patsy?
Mm-hmm. Here you are, Nick.
Not bad. Well, Patsy, do you think I look like the man who was following us?
Simply perfect, Nick. Why, I positively couldn't tell the two of you apart now.
Now, the voice. Okay, lady, thanks. Well, I guess I better blow it. The mob's waiting for me.
Nick.
Yes, what is it, Patsy?
I'm afraid of what you may be letting yourself in for.
Oh, now, don't worry. I'll be watching my step.
You better. Make one false move with Barto.
Yes, Patsy, I know the kind of man I'm up against. Hello? Oh, yes, Riley. Oh, you did, huh? What'd you find? I see. Yeah, well, that's fine, Riley. Oh, no. I got a plan of my own. Yeah, I'll do that. All right, Riley, thanks. Bye.
What is it, Nick?
Patsy, my suspicions were right. The report came through on Michael Stillfield. He proves to be none other than James Spear.
Spear? You mean Mrs. Brown's uncle?
Right. Seems he made his money out west many years ago, then got into some difficulties there. Changed his name and came east.
And he never got in touch with his niece?
Apparently not.
Well, then that fortune Mrs. Brown spoke about in her note is true.
Yes. According to his will, she becomes sole heir to the entire estate, being his only surviving relative.
Well, not bad.
If she lives, Patsy.
If she lives? Why shouldn't she live, Nick?
Well, the person she left home with last night must be the same person who killed Stillfield. The $100 bill she left her husband proves that.
And you think that...
I think that if that person is Barto, she's in very real danger. Stillfield owned the fortune and was killed. Now Mrs. Brown owns it, and she may very well be next on the list.
I see what you mean.
What time is it now, Patsy?
7:30.
Okay, I better be off. I'm going to keep my 8 o'clock date.
You will be careful, Nick.
Yes, of course I will. You know what you're to do.
Yes, I'll do just what you told me.
Good. Well, so long, Patsy. I'll be seeing you.
I hope so, Nick. I hope so.
Well, 8 o'clock. And this is the corner, all right. But nobody seems to be shy. Wait. Uh-oh.
You waiting for someone, Bud?
Yeah. I was supposed to meet a guy here at 8.
Okay, I guess you're the one. Follow me.
Where are we going?
I'm taking you to the boss.
Where's that?
You'll find out. Come on. Here we are. Just a minute. It's me, boss. Is this the guy, boss?
Yeah. Come in. Close the door, Malone. Well, what'd you find out?
I followed the guy like you said.
Well?
How about that tent spot you promised?
Don't worry, you'll get it. Now, what happened?
Nothing.
What do you mean?
I tailed the guy to a house on Elm Street. He went in. I didn't see him come out all day.
I see. Well, okay, you did a good job. Here's the tent.
Anything else, mister? I could use more dough. And I ain't particular how I make it. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You see, I figure you must have some kind of a racket, mister.
Mm-hmm. Very clever reasoning on your part.
Yeah. I'd sort of like to get in on it. That is, if you could use a guy like me.
Maybe I could. You don't happen to know the name of that man you were following, do you?
Never seen him before.
No, it was Nick Carter.
Nick Carter?
Mm-hmm.
Who's he?
Never heard of him, eh? Well, he's just about the greatest detective this side of the Atlantic.
Hey, this Carter must be quite a guy.
Quite a guy is right. With quite a bag of tricks. He's the one man that stood between me and a fortune on 3 different occasions.
Put you in the jug, huh?
No, not quite. But on account of him, I've had to lay low the last 5 years. Now I've got another fortune within my grasp, and he's not going to stand in my way again. No, sir. I'll see to that.
Yeah, wiped out a scheme, huh?
Yeah. Beautiful one. Beautiful and simple. He's going to be hoist by his own petard.
Come again?
One of his own great tricks is going to be his undoing.
I don't get you.
All right, Nick Carter. You can come out from under that trick voice now. Keep him covered, Malone.
Yeah, right. Well, congratulations, Bardo. I was sure I had you fooled.
It was a neat job, Carter. Your resemblance to Trigger is absolutely uncanny.
Trigger?
Yeah, one of my own men.
Oh.
It was all frame, and you fell for it. Knowing you and your tricks, I figured that's exactly what you do.
And now that I'm here, what do you propose to do?
Something I should have done a long time ago. This is the end of the road for you, Carter.
Bardo, I think you're bluffing.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. Why'd you have to go to all this trouble? You could have had one of your men shoot me in the street.
No, Carter, I had a special reason for wanting to bring you here alive.
Yeah? What's that?
I wanted to see the look on your face when I opened the door to this inner room and you saw this.
What? Chester Brown?
Yeah. And I assure you he wouldn't be sleeping so peacefully if he knew what I was planning for him. And for you. Hey, you, wake up. Wake up. You've got company. You gave him too much of that dope, Malone. You might have killed him.
So what, boss? Ain't that what you want?
Yeah, but I want him to wait until Mr. Carter could keep him company. I want them to go out together. Come on, you. Wake up.
What's all of...
You may not believe it, Brown, but this tough-looking thug is really our old friend Nick Carter.
Oh, so it's you, Mr. Carter.
I thought I told you to hide away at that address I gave you.
I did. These guys found out where I was.
Did you tell anybody where you were?
No, nobody. I just gave my address to my old landlady so she could forward my mail.
Right boy, isn't he, Carter? Well, now that I've got you both here together, I'm going to hang you both together. Trigger.
Yeah, boss?
Come in here. Help Malone tie this great detective up while I keep him covered.
It'll be a pleasure, boss. Hello there, detective. And thanks again for that 20.
Don't mention it.
You want this other guy too, boss?
Yeah, get him up on his feet. I want to watch them dance together.
Yeah. Come on, you. Come on up, sonny boy. Okay, boss. All set.
Did you frisk him?
Yeah, he's clean. Here's his gun.
All right, then.
Carter, what are they going to do?
Looks as if they mean to hang us.
No, they can't do that. You can't. I haven't done that.
He's like a stuck pig. Be like Carter. He isn't saying a word.
I still don't believe you're going through with this, Bardo.
No. Get Carter's rope over the rafter at this end. Put Brown's rope over the other end.
Come on. There you are, boss.
Good. Now a couple of chairs for him to stand on.
See here, Bardo. You've nothing to gain by murdering us in cold blood this way. You killed one man already. You've stolen $50,000. What more do you want?
$50,000? That's pin money. Still feels is worth $5 million.
What about it?
That fortune's going to be mine, every cent of it. And you're the only man that might stop me, so I'm taking no chances.
I know you're clever, Bardo, but I can't see how you're going to get your hands on Steelfield's money now that he's dead.
On the contrary, Carter, that's what makes it all so simple. Because it makes Mrs. Brown his sole heir. And Mrs. Brown has been led to believe, by something that I said, that I'm a lawyer. And she's already turned over to me all the credentials necessary to claim her uncle's fortune. I'm sure my own wife will have no trouble at all convincing the real lawyers that she is Mrs. Brown. The real Mrs. Brown, poor woman, won't be with us very long, I'm afraid.
Why, you fiends, you devil, get after you.
So that's your devilish scheme, is it?
Yes, and it's a scheme that I'm sure is going to pay off.
I don't think so, Bardo.
What do you mean?
You really don't think I was foolish enough to come up here without taking certain precautions.
Such as what?
The police know exactly where I am. I'm afraid the laugh's on you, Bardo.
Yeah? Look out of the window, Trigger.
Okay. I don't see nothing. Hey, wait. Say, there is a cop across the street.
What's he doing?
Just stand there. Hey, maybe there's something to it, boss. Let's get the thing over with and beat it.
Okay. Maybe what you said was so, Carter. But it isn't going to help you much. Get them up in the chairs, boys.
Right.
Come on, up you go.
Caroline, up you go.
Yeah, that's it. Are the ropes tied fast, Malone?
Yeah, boss. Both of them are okay.
Well, goodbye, Mr. Brown and Mr. Carter.
No, you can't.
Okay.
The tree.
Kick the chairs away, boys.
Dance, Carter, dance, dance.
All right, boys. Let's get back to the hideaway.
So that was his plan, Patsy.
Yes, Lieutenant.
I see.
If Nick didn't come out in a half an hour, we were to go in after him.
The time's just about...
Oh, look, Lieutenant.
Huh? What is it, Patsy?
There's 3 men leaving the building. They're getting into that car.
Yeah, and in an awful hurry, too. Come on, Patsy, let's go in.
Nick! Nick, where are you?
Nick Carter, are you here?
Try this door.
It's not here. Try that one over there.
It's not here.
It's getting so dark again. Patsy, listen.
Here I am. Oh, Nick, are you all right?
Let me find the light here.
Oh, Nick, what's happened? What are you
They
saying?
tried to hang us.
Hang you?
Who's that with you, Nick?
That's Brown. Nearly passed out.
Oh.
But I think he's going to pull through now.
Oh, Nick, are you all right now?
Yeah, I'm okay. My throat's pretty sore, but I'll live long enough to see Bartow and his men behind bars.
Oh, take it easy, Nick. There's time enough for that.
No, there isn't, Riley. Patsy, you stay here with Brown. Look out for him. Riley, where's your car?
It's just on the block. Why?
We haven't a second to lose. We got to follow Bartow.
Huh?
Every minute counts now, and a woman's life's at stake.
There's no sign of him yet, Nick.
Oh, that's all right, Riley. Keep straight ahead on this road. Hey, do you have an extra gun in the car?
Yeah, you'll find one under the seat there.
Good. Oh, yes. Here it is.
Well, how does your head feel, Nick?
Much better now.
How did you ever get loose, Nick? They actually had you strung up, didn't they?
They sure did. I can still feel it.
Well, how did you do it?
Well, after they tied my wrists, I got Bartow to talking. That gave me time to work them loose.
Oh, you mean you swell your wrists when they tied them so that when you relaxed, they'd be so much smaller, huh?
Mm-hmm. Except that having my hands free wouldn't have helped me much if Bartow and his men hadn't left right away. Fortunately, they saw you coming across the street, and they ran as soon as they strung us up.
Well, what did you do then, Nick?
By that time, I'd worked my hands loose. So I grabbed the rope above my head and pulled myself up.
Phew, that was close.
Yes, it was. I cut the rope with a little creaked knife that's built into my tie clasp. I never thought to look for one there. Then I cut Brown down. Poor fellow, he was almost gone.
Well, thank heavens you outsmarted them, Nick. As for Bartow, that dirty, murdering, no-good scoundrel.
Hold right.
Huh?
There's a car ahead of us.
Oh, is that the right one, Nick?
Let me see. There's so much dust on it. 3J20R7... Is that last? Oh, 6. Yes, that's the car. All right, now take it easy, Riley. I don't want him to get suspicious.
Right. Yeah, they're turning up that dirt road there, Nick. Shall I follow them?
Say, I know where that hideout is now.
Oh, you do?
Yes, must be the old Fairbanks Cave, not far from here. Bartow used it before. You stop the car here. If luck's with us, this is the end of the trail. And the end of Bartow.
We got him cornered like rats, Nick. All we have to do now is sit tight and wait for him to come out.
No, that won't do. They've got Mrs. Brown in there. We got to get in before it's too late.
Hey, Nick, there's someone coming out.
It's Trigger. Come on, Riley. This is our chance. Quiet now. We'll creep up on him.
I'm right with you, Nick.
You'll get behind him. Oh! Ah, that was worth $20. Now for the boss himself.
Well, boss, when are we going to get it over with?
Right now, Malone. Did you take a look at her?
Yeah, she's all tied up the way we left her.
All right. Say, Trigger. Trigger.
Yeah, boss, coming.
What's up?
That special little job on the lady inside. We're going to take care of that right now.
Then what, boss?
What do you mean, then what? Then we bury her, of course. That's the end of Mrs. Brown. Then my wife takes over, claims the fortune, and we're all set for life.
Oh, yeah. I was forgetting that you're going to palm the wife off as Mrs. Brown.
You talk too much, Trigger. I prefer action.
And so do I. Get your hands up, Clint Bardo, and you too, Malone.
Hey, what is this?
Boss, that's... Hoist by his own petard, eh, Bardo?
Carter.
Nick Carter. It can't be, boss.
But it is. Now back up, both of you, and keep those hands up high. All right.
Yeah, Nick.
Come on in.
Good work, Nick. Were you in time?
Yes, Mrs. Brown's okay. She's inside there.
Well, I guess we can call it a day, Nick. You saved the lives of the Browns, and we got Bartow and his gang where we can put him away forever.
Yes, Riley, that's true. Clint Bartow and his tricks. Hoist by his own petard.
Huh? What in the world does that expression mean, Nick?
That? Oh, it's an old Hindu proverb, Riley. It means, man who make noose for other fellow, sometime find it around own neck.
This has been another of the strange adventures of Nick Carter, Master Detective, which are brought to you regularly at the same time by WOR Mutual. What's on the menu for next week, Nick?
Imagine a murderer sitting in a death cell at State's prison. It's just 8 hours before he's scheduled to die in the electric chair.
And then suddenly he sends for Nick Carter to prove he's innocent.
Why did he wait so long before he sent for Nick?
Well, that's all a part of the story, Joe.
But I want to tell you that the next 8 hours are about the busiest 8 hours that Nick ever spent.
And was he innocent?
That's also a part of next week's story.
In other words, Mr. Ripley, we're just not telling anymore until next week.
So I see.
But I think when you've heard it, you'll agree that it's a story well worth hearing. So long.
So long, folks.
So long to both of you for another week. In the strange adventure you have just heard, Nick Carter was impersonated by Lon Clark, Patsy by Helen Choate. The story was written for Nick Carter by Ralph Berkey. Original music was played by Lou White. The entire production was under the direction of Jock McGregor. Next week, at the same time, listen to another curious experience of Nick Carter entitled
9 Hours to Live, or Nick Carter and the Mystery of the Death House.
This story is a copyrighted feature of Street & Smith Publications, Incorporated. The Return of Nick Carter is produced in the studios of WOR and is broadcast over most of these stations every Saturday evening at 7 o'clock Eastern Wartime. This is Mutual.
This I believe. Sometimes it seems as if life were filled with nothing but conflict, from wars and major strife down to the petty bickerings of everyday existence. Bennett F. Schaufler is one of the men who devotes himself to the positive task of composing conflicts, of getting people to work and live a little more harmoniously together. For 17 years he has been with the National Labor Relations Board. During World War I, he commanded the U.S. Navy subchaser number 42 in the Atlantic. He had a labor relations job in the men's clothing industry in New York in the rough and tumble times when the late Sidney Hillman was organizing unions in the trade. But one of the most impressive things about Ben Schaufler, when you meet him, is the sparkle in his eye. It makes you want to listen to his observations about life.
I have good reason to remember a certain evening long ago, the grubby basement of a little hall in the Massachusetts textile town. A riotous clamor of a dozen cheerful Boy Scouts horsing around and playing prisoner's base. Then I recall a half hour later, the comfortable, softly lighted dignity of an old New England house where 4 overprivileged undergraduates were boring themselves trying to have a good time at a flaccid game of bridge. As I stood in the doorway, suddenly, as vital truth often comes, I came to understand that doing things is fun, in contrast to the calculated pursuit of passive pleasure, that the search for amusement often defeats itself. The world is full of people doing things they don't really want to do. Suppose we were all as genuinely interested in what we are doing as a good violinist in his fiddle or a crack engineer in his locomotive. I believe our days would leap cheerfully and exactingly from one to the next, and we couldn't be so easily distracted into over-asserting our own little personalities by baiting strangers or going to war. I believe this strongly. Wars and bickering, even some bridge games, are diseases spawned in boredom, discontent, and unsatisfied aggressions. What is important? What is important about importance? Consider that our education too often inflicts the virtues of the conventional and the static. Most of us live in passively accepted patterns, striving for wealth, power or leisure, influence, respectability, or some recognized status. The fact is we are constantly changing. Biologists say we renew our body cells every 7 years. What of our personalities? Whether humans or mushrooms or Douglas firs are getting better or worse, I don't know, but any sap knows they are changing, and the nature of the change is vastly interesting. Speaking as a microscopic part of this fluxy human pattern, I keep on reaching for better understanding. The sculptor understands his clay and bronze. The carpenter turns to wood. The poets and philosophers know their way around in words. For me, people are infinitely and excitingly diverse. Yet in the human medium, we have no usable word to express the act or the effort of one person in trying to see things from another person's point of view. The psychologists have a 50-cent word called empathy for the imaginative projection of one's own consciousness into another being. When we do achieve that, even relatively, we realize that people are at their best when they work, especially when they work together. They have more fun and they like each other better. Granted, the difficulties and complexities of life, pain, tragedy, and frustration are inescapable, that there is much to be learned even from these. Many of our deepest satisfactions are accentuated by contrast with adversity. I ask myself, what are the comforts and joys of certainty compared to the challenge of the great unknown, perhaps unknowable? As for fear, I hope to face the greatest threats and disasters of this life, well set to do the next thing next.
There you have heard the personal beliefs of Bennett F. Schaufler, Philadelphia Regional Director of the National Labor Relations Board, an individual who, in our humble judgment, comes about as close as one can in these times to being a mature and happy man.
Night Beat.
Hi, this is Randy Stone. I cover the night beat for the Chicago Star. Stories start in many different ways. This one began on an elevated train and ended in eternity.
Night Beat, starring Frank Lovejoy as Randy Stone.
The night is just about washed up. The sky is getting that tattletale gray around the edges. Another hour or so, 3 million alarm clocks will start yakking against the eardrums of Chicago's dear hearts and gentle people. And a goodly number of said dear hearts and gentle people will stumble to the front door for their copy of the Morning Star. I'm wondering what they'll say when they read the opening sentence of the Night Beat story for today. The line that goes, "This is a love story with the happiest ending I've ever heard." I guess they'll figure spring has got me in its perfume clutches, and more than likely I'll wind up around the bologna sandwich, and that'll be that. Only if they just keep reading, maybe they'll be in for a strange kind of surprise. It started a little after 10 o'clock last night. I just boarded an elevated train and was on my way to the Loop. The train was pretty crowded, but I saw an empty seat up front, and I hurried for it. I started sitting down without looking.
Anton, where have you been?
I beg your pardon?
Oh, I've waited so long, Anton.
The girl sitting next to me. I noticed her for the first time. About 20, maybe. And so beautiful, so delicately beautiful, it was like your eyes had hit the jackpot, and somehow the grinding elevator train suddenly sounded like a gypsy violin.
Oh, Anton, you shouldn't have gone away.
Look, I hate to tell you this, but I think you've got me mixed up.
Oh, it's so good to hear you, to be near you, Anton. So good.
Yeah, it's good to be near you, too, kid. But...
Won't ever go away again, will you?
I'd like to stay here forever.
Promise me, Anton. Promise me you'll never go away.
Beautiful as she was, it started giving me the creeps. If I'd been Anton, I'd have enjoyed it immensely, but being as how I was two other guys, I didn't see it. And also there was something about her eyes, a disturbing brightness. I didn't know what to do about it, and before I could decide, I reached my transfer station. I started getting up.
Anton, no, don't go.
Oh, lady, look, it's my station.
Don't leave me again, Anton. Please, no.
Now, take it easy. Let go of me. What's wrong with you? This is my station.
Anton, I can't let you leave me again. I won't.
Well, you'll just have to, kiddo. Now let go. My strings on.
Oh, no.
She folded up like a little rag doll into a dead faint. I bent over her, picked up her arm to massage her wrist. It was like touching a hot stove. She was burning up with fever. Passengers in the car were crowding around. The conductor still hadn't given the signal for the train to leave the station. I picked the girl up in my arms. It was like lifting a 10-year-old kid. She must have weighed a fast 90 pounds. I carried her out of the train onto the platform. Someone called for an ambulance. She was still unconscious when the ambulance came. She looked so small and so lost and so alone. And, well, according to her, I was Anton, so the least Anton could do would be to sit beside her on the long ride to the hospital. She was still out cold when we reached County Hospital. They found her name and address inside her purse. Mrs. Marisha Nowak, 612 Larrabee Street. I waited around to see what was wrong with her. After almost an hour, they said I could go upstairs and talk to the doctor.
Oh, Mr. Stone?
Oh, yes. Doctor, I want to see you about that girl I brought in, Marisha Nowak.
Yes. A relative of yours?
Oh, no. I just met her tonight.
Oh, I'm afraid we've got to contact some relative right away.
Nothing you can do for her, huh?
Do for her? Poor kid's been sick for years and waits till she's dying before she comes to a hospital.
Well, it takes money to go to a hospital, Doc.
Not here. Why didn't she come here? What's wrong with these people? Are they proud or stupid? 3 years ago, maybe we could have done something for her, but now...
Well, yeah.
I don't know, Mr. Stone. I don't know. It's completely frustrating. You study medicine, what good does it do? Sometimes life doesn't seem to make any sense.
Since when is it supposed to make sense?
Yeah, I sound like this is my first patient. Not very professional, I'm afraid.
But don't worry about it. It's human.
Now, this girl keeps talking about her husband, Anton.
Well, she was talking that way when I met her.
Yes, he's supposed to take her away someplace, to Mexico, she says, where it's warm and she'll get well. What do they expect? Miracles?
Oh, sure, miracles. Maybe Mexico was going to be her miracle.
Do you have any idea how to contact her husband?
But doesn't the girl know where he is?
Doesn't seem to, even when she's not delirious. Got an address from her purse, a place over on Larrabee Street, north of Chicago Avenue.
Yes, I know that neighborhood. Furnished rooms with kitchen privileges. Bring your own mousetraps. Lovely.
No phone listing. I was thinking of calling the police.
Yeah.
Trouble is, there's so little time.
Well, how much time?
I don't know. Could happen 5 minutes from now. 5 hours.
Well, tell you what, I'll drop by her address and see what I can find out.
Doctor, she's conscious again. Rational. She wants to talk to you.
All right, nurse. Care to see her, Mr. Stone?
Yeah. The doc turned and walked into the room, and I followed him. That's a nice, promising beginning for a love story with a happy ending, Only when we got inside Marisha Nowak's room, the joke was on me. There was no hearts and flowers. She was even more beautiful than before. Her black hair spread out on the white pillow, her delicate face, and the lovely eyes following us as we came into the room. No fear in those eyes. None at all. Just a sort of questioning.
Doctor, have you found him yet?
Not yet, Marisha. We're still trying. This is Mr. Stone. He's trying to help us locate your husband.
Oh, I hope you find him. Poor Anton. He'll feel so bad if you don't find him in time.
Well, of course he will. That's why the doctor'd like you to tell me anything you can that might help us find him.
But I told the doctor. He went to find work, my Anton, so he could take me away where I could get well. could be a wife to him.
Does it bother you to talk? Does it tire you?
No. No, I like talking about him. And there's so little time.
Doctor said you were planning on going to Mexico.
To Las Flores, the little town of the flowers in Veracruz. My ring is from Mexico. See? Silver and turquoise.
It's nice.
We were married with 2 rings. Exactly alike. Silver and turquoise.
You think Anton could have gone there, to Mexico?
No. No, he'd never have gone there without me. The little town of the flowers. Like we planned on our honeymoon. Just like it said in the travel folder. With thousands of blossoms on the water. Perfuming the air. But we went to a real hotel here in Chicago on our honeymoon. Anton insisted on it. Even though we couldn't afford it. It was in the winter and it was cold in Chicago like now. Icicles hung from the trees, breaking the branches. But in the room it was warm. And we had each other.
Look out the window, Mauricia. You know, I've never seen the lake from up high. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, Anton. I'm so happy, Anton. But wasn't it extravagant coming here to a hotel? I'd have been just as satisfied going straight to our room.
On Larrabee Street? Nah, Mauricia, not on our honeymoon. We'll have time enough for that. How could you possibly imagine anything beautiful from a furnished room on Larrabee Street?
Darling.
But here, this is different. It's more than a hotel room in Chicago overlooking the lake. This is what we've dreamed of. Imagine it's Las Flores.
Yes.
The little town of the flowers. Look out there, Mauricia. That isn't snow. It's thick tropical foliage. And those aren't icicles hanging from the trees. They're blossoms. And the wind is warm and soft outside. Oh, you'll get well, Mauricia. We don't need money. We can live for practically nothing. Fresh fruit growing on trees. All we can eat.
Oh, we will go there, Anton. We will. And I'll get well there. I'll be a wife to you, Anton. Just you wait and see. But we didn't go to Mexico. And then Anton went away.
And you haven't heard from him since?
No. But I don't blame him. Why should a man stay with a wife who's sick?
Oh, no. You said yourself you went away to earn money for your trip.
Yes. Yes, that's it. But now if I could only see him once more, just once, to tell him not to feel badly, to be happy for what we had. If I could only tell him not to feel sorry. Because it was the same as if we really had been to Las Flores.
Well, you better rest now. I'll try to find him. It's tough when they know they're going to die. It's not that they're scared. But suddenly there's something they feel they've got to do, and time is running out. That's how it was with Mauricia Noack. She had to find her Anton to tell him it was okay about a little town in Mexico that neither one of them had ever seen or ever would see. How do you find a guy like that, and what was I doing looking for him? Oh, well. I took a cab back to the Loop. I picked up my car and drove over to the Larrabee Street address. It was a rooming house, all right, and the poorest-looking one on the block. I rang the bell and I waited. A middle-aged woman came to the door.
What is it?
Are you the manager?
If you're looking for a room, I got no vacancy.
Oh, no, I don't want a room. You have someone living here by the name of Noack?
Yes, but she ain't home. She ain't been here all day.
I know that. She's in the hospital.
The hospital? Oh, the poor thing. I was worried about her. She's never been out late like this.
Is her husband here, Anton Noack?
Oh, I know. He ain't been here for a long time. Working someplace out of the city, I think.
Well, do you have any idea where? I've got to find him. Mrs. Noack is... Well, they don't expect her to live. He's got to be notified.
Oh, no. Oh, that poor little girl. For such a long time she's been sick. Come on in, please. Maybe there's something in here written down. Or maybe Mr. Noack's brother would know.
His brother? Where does he live?
Well, now, I don't know exactly. He's the one that's been sending Mrs. Noack money to live on while her husband's been away.
That was a beginning. We found an envelope from the brother in the girl's room, Paul Nowak. He lived on Clark Street in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. I drove over. There was a man coming down the steps as I got out of my car. I stopped him when he got to the sidewalk. I beg your pardon?
Yes?
I saw you coming out of that building. You wouldn't be Paul Nowak, would you?
Why do you ask?
Oh, I'm from the Chicago Star. I'm trying to locate Anton Nowak.
Oh, I can't help you. I don't know anything about him. Excuse me, I'm late to work.
Mr. Nowak. You are his brother, aren't you?
Oh, yes, but...
Well, what's the matter with you?
I don't know anything about him. He's gone away someplace to work.
Look, fellow, I gotta find him. Marisha's very sick.
Marisha?
She's in the hospital.
Oh, I didn't know.
I gotta find your brother right away.
I told you, I don't know where he is. My brother and I... Well, we don't see each other. I haven't seen him since he left.
But he's written to you. He must have. You've been sending money to his wife.
All right. It's none of your business, but I'll tell you. I had one letter from him. He asked me to do what I could for Marisha until he could send for her.
Where was the letter from? Say where he was working?
Someplace in Montreal. He didn't give any address. Some fur company, like Chicago Montreal Furs.
Well, it doesn't sound like you're telling me the truth, Mr. Nowak, but I can't see why you'd want a thing like that on your conscience.
I'm telling you the truth.
Well, okay, but don't take it so hard.
Oh, Marisha. That poor kid. I'll see you the first thing tomorrow.
Well, you better make it tonight.
I can't. I just can't. We're right in the middle of our tax work.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I see your point. Only thing is that tomorrow she'll be dead.
It's not true. Doctors are notorious for saying things like that. I don't believe it for a minute.
Would you believe it if you weren't in the middle of your tax work, Mr. Nowak?
Now, you have no right to talk to me like that. No right at all. I'll see you tomorrow, I tell you. I'll see you tomorrow. You get out of my way. Get out of my way and stay out of my life. Stay out of my life or you'll regret it, Mr. Stone.
Now, what was that for?
NBC is presenting Night Beat, starring Frank Lovejoy as Randy Stone.
A love story with a happy ending. Yes, that's what the man said. Only right at the moment, if there was any happiness in the world, it was staying out of my sight. Almost midnight, and Marisha Nowak up at the hospital, hanging on to life by her fingernails until I could find her husband, Anton. Nothing to go on but the name Anton's brother had thrown at me, the Chicago Montreal Fur Company. I looked it up in the phone book. It was there, all right. I started dialing the number. I didn't imagine anybody be around this time of the night, but it was the only lead I had at the moment. There weren't too many moments left. All I could think about was what the doctor had said. Maybe she's got 5 hours. 5 hours. No, nobody's going to answer.
Hello?
Hello. This is a reporter on the Chicago Star.
There's nobody here. All gone home.
Look, I'm trying to locate a man who's working for your company.
There's nobody here. I'm cleaning woman. Call tomorrow.
No, wait, please. Listen, I don't have any time. This is very important. Can you tell me how I can locate the manager of your company?
Manager gone home at 5 o'clock. This is the cleaning woman.
Oh, yes, I understand that, but can you please tell me the manager's number? I've got to telephone him now.
Oh, just a minute.
I waited. Seemed like forever while she went for the number.
Hello?
Yeah, were you able to find it?
George Swanson. Lakeview 42311.
Lakeview 42311. Thank you very much.
Tell him I didn't give out the number only because it's an emergency.
Yes, all right. I'll tell him. Thank you. Goodbye. LA 42311. Hello, Mr. Swanson.
Yes?
I'm sorry to trouble you, Mr. Swanson, but it's very important. My name is Stone. I'm a reporter on the Star. I'm trying to locate a man who works for your company, an Anton Nowak.
We have no one by that name working for
What?
us. What was that name?
Anton Nowak.
Never have had since I've been with the company. Of course, we're an old firm. May have been a way back.
Oh, no. No. This would have been in the last year or so.
No, sorry.
Would you have any way of knowing if he worked at your Montreal branch?
We have no Montreal branch.
Isn't your company the Chicago-Montreal Fur Company?
Yeah, that's right. We haven't had a branch in Montreal for years. That used to be our headquarters when the company first started, but we're strictly a Chicago firm now.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much. I'm sorry to have troubled you.
No, not at all. Oh, if it's going to be printed in the papers, don't forget to mention our name.
No, I won't. Goodbye, Mr. Swanson. Something was beginning to smell, and it wasn't just the west wind out of the stockyards. I checked the vital statistics on deaths. No Anton Nowak since 44. Checked the police records for amnesia cases. In the Central Bonding Company files, Paul Nowak was listed as a night auditor with the Great Lakes Bank Reserve over on State Street. I drove around to State Street and rang the night bell at the Great Lakes Reserve. The watchman wouldn't let me in, but in a couple of minutes, Nowak came out of the building alone. His face was white as he came toward me.
Why did you come here?
Well, your brother doesn't work for the Chicago-Montreal Fur Company. I thought you'd want to know.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything about him.
Your own brother?
You had no right to come here. No right. Do you hear? This is my work.
Well, sure, but I didn't think you'd mind. After all, you've got nothing to hide.
Of course I have nothing to hide. They know me here. I'm respected. I have a position of trust. You have no right to come here and make trouble for me. It's taken me years to get where I am.
All right, now, just take it easy. Nobody's interested in making trouble for you. But I am interested in finding Anton Nowak, and whether you like it or not, that's what I intend to do.
Well, then find him. Find him, only stay away from me. Stay away from my work. I can't help you. I told you that. Now stay away from me.
I didn't have time to twist his arm. As a last resort, I headed across town to police headquarters, Bureau of Missing Persons, of my old friend, Sergeant Adams.
No, Randy, no. He's never been listed as a missing person. Somebody would have had to report him, his wife or a brother, for us to have a record on him.
Yes, Adams, I know that, but the guy is missing.
You say you checked the death records.
That's right.
How about hospital records?
Well, there's nothing to go on and not enough time, Adams. I tell you, I got to find the fellow tonight, tomorrow, the latest.
Yeah. Date of disappearance, May 10th, 1948. Did you check the arrest records for that date?
Nothing under Nowak.
How about John Doe's?
John Doe's? No, I never thought of that.
Yeah, well, come on. It won't take much time. You never can tell.
Just might be something.
Usually you find something on these John Doe's after you had them a while. FBI prints, pictures, or else they just break down and tell us who they are. Of course, if they're just John Doe drunks, just a matter of sobering them up. Right in here, Randy. Hi, Mac.
Hello, Adams.
Arrest records, 48, May 10th.
Okay.
You better make it May 11th, too.
You the guy that phoned earlier?
Yes, I phoned.
Nothing under those names you asked about.
Yeah, Mac. Yeah, we want to have a look at the John Doe's.
Here you are.
Yeah. May 10th. A's, B's, C's, D. Day. Dalton, Denver, Dill, Doe. John Doe, drunk. John Doe, drunk. John Doe, drunk.
Must have been kind of drunk out there.
Here's one. John Doe, armed robbery. Let me see the file on this one, Mac. 192701.
You think there'd be any information in the file?
You never can tell, Randy. Personal property slip sometimes has information you can use.
Here you are. 192701.
John Doe, age 23, hair dark, eyes brown, height 5'10", 3/4, no identifying scars.
Well, that age is right. It could be Nowak. What'd he do?
Hold up. Captured by the victim. Must have been new at the game.
Let's look at what else you got, huh?
Yeah, we'll have a look at the personal property list. Stuff he had on him when he was booked. Brown suit, white shirt, blue striped tie. No hat, white handkerchief.
What is this under jewelry?
One only hand ring Indian.
Silver and turquoise. What else?
Cash, 8 cents.
Identification?
No. That's about all. Oh, here's a note. I guess he was trying to get away. One only, travel folder on Mexico.
I'd found him. Anton Nowak was John Doe, arrested for robbery May 10th, 1948, convicted and sentenced to Joliet for 2 to 5 years, still under the name of John Doe. It was beginning to fit together, sure. He didn't want her to know. That's why he hadn't written. That was the reason for the lie about the job in Montreal. He was afraid it would hurt her. And the prison record, that's why his brother wouldn't tell where he was, afraid that somehow Anton's crime would reflect on his own bank job. I jumped into my car and headed out Ogden Avenue towards Joliet, over 30 miles away. It was the middle of the night. I had no idea what I could do when I got there. All I knew was I had to get there fast. Maybe he'd been released. Maybe I could talk the warden into letting him out with me under guard. Maybe I could put a call through to the hospital. He could at least talk to her on the phone. I didn't know. When I got to Joliet, the place was lit up like Soldiers Field. The guard took me inside to the warden. He was dressed. He seemed to have been expecting me.
Now, you're a little late, Stone.
Doesn't anybody go to bed around here?
Yeah, the rest of the boys have been and gone.
Rest of what boys?
The other papers.
You mean they got here ahead of me?
Oh, why, of course. The break happened a couple of hours ago.
A break? I thought there was something funny about all those lights and everybody being up at this time of the night.
Isn't that why you're here?
No, I came up to see a fellow. What happened?
One of the men suddenly decided he wanted out. Grabbed a gun away from a guard and started blasting away. Had to shoot him to stop him.
Not an organized break?
No, he was alone. Can't understand it. Model prisoner. Coming up for parole in a month. And tonight he just blows up. Poor fellow.
His name wouldn't be John Doe, would it?
One of many. How did you know?
Well, he might be the fellow I was coming up to see. Chicago number 192701.
Yeah. So that's a shame. He's in a hospital cell down the hall.
I see him.
He's pretty bad off.
I'd like to see him if you don't mind, Warden.
Come on.
Thank you.
Funny about these John Does. Did you know him?
No, I don't. I think I know his wife.
Usually something pretty decent about them. Trying to protect their families mostly. Can't hardly blame them either. Oh,
hello, Warden.
Doctor, this is Mr. Stone.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Chicago papers. All right if we go in and talk to him for a minute?
Well, I'm afraid it won't make much difference, Warden.
Go ahead, Stone.
Thank you. Hello, fella.
Hi.
I don't want to bother you, but I came up here tonight looking for a fellow named Anton Noack.
My name's John Doe.
Yeah, this Anton Noack, I never met him, but from what I hear, he's quite a guy.
I wouldn't know.
I had it from a girl named Marisha, his wife, I believe. She loved him quite a lot. By the way, that ring you're wearing, where'd you get that?
I stole it.
Really? Why would anyone steal a cheap little bit of silver and turquoise?
I happen to like it.
Uh-huh. I saw one like that on a girl once. It was a wedding ring. The girl liked it, too. This fellow Noack gave it to her, but then he got into some sort of a jam. He had to go away for a while. Didn't tell her anything about what happened. He was afraid it might have hurt her.
Would have killed her.
No. Would have made her unhappy, maybe. But she would have understood. She loved him an awful lot. She would have been glad he was squaring things up. She loved him an awful lot.
What do you want, mister?
Well, like I said, I was just looking for a fella. Just one question for the paper. I'm sorry I have to ask you, but how did you happen to pick tonight to break out? Why didn't you wait for your release?
I don't know. Something made me. Something kept telling me she needed me.
Doctor, quick.
Marisha. Flowers on the water. How beautiful in the sunlight.
He's gone.
Instinctively, I looked down at my watch. 2:35 in the morning. A nice lonely time to make your curtain call. 2:35 a.m. Fine little night I've been having. I really felt low. I telephoned the story into the paper and went back to the hospital. I wasn't going to be much help to Marisha Noack, but I promised to come back. The doctor was in the hall working over some reports at the night desk. He looked up when I stepped out of the elevator.
Hello, Mr. Stone.
Hello, Doc. I found our Anton, all right. A little too late, though. Dead.
Really? Wouldn't have made any difference.
She,
Yeah? I'm making out the report now.
Oh, great.
Wasn't so bad, Stone. Wasn't bad at all. She was happy. I've never seen anyone so happy.
What did she have to be happy about?
Oh, who knows? But right at the last, this wonderful smile came across her face. I guess it was delirium. She kept saying something like, flowers on the water.
How beautiful in the sunlight?
Yes, that's what she said. How did...
That report that you're making out, Doc, tell me. What was the time of death? Tell me, Doc, please.
Oh, it's 2:35 a.m. Why?
2:35 a.m. Yeah. So here I sit, watching the dawn creeping up on Chicago, tapping out 30 to my story for the night. A love story, no less. A very pessimistic fellow once wrote, "When two people really love each other, there can never be a happy ending." Well, it could be. But then again, maybe that pessimistic fellow used one word too many. Maybe when two people really love each other, there can never be an ending. Oh, who knows? You pays your money, and it takes your choice. Copy, boy.
Night Beat, a new dramatic series, stars Frank Lovejoy as Randy Stone. Night Beat is edited by Larry Marcus and directed by Warren Lewis. Music is by Frank Worth. Others in tonight's cast were Joyce McCluskey, Vic Perrin, Jack Edwards, Jerry Hosner, Rena Craig, Larry Dobkin, and Charles Seal. Frank Lovejoy will next be seen in Milton Sperling's production Rock Bottom, released by Warner Brothers. Listen next week at this same time and every week as Randy Stone searches through the city for the strange stories waiting for him in the darkness. The stories that come out of the shadows to find their way into Night Beat. There's more great action-packed entertainment for you throughout the week on NBC. Other mystery adventure programs include such popular shows as Dragnet, High Adventure, and Christopher London.
This I Believe. Bence Plegaman is a writer. Soon after the publication of his first novel, during World War II, he enlisted in the Navy. He served aboard a destroyer and an LST, and was stricken with polio while at sea. During the long period of convalescence, he was able to arrive at a belief which straightened out many of the complications in the most important of all plots, that of his own life. This is what he believes.
On a certain midnight in August during the last war, I found myself on a stretcher in the bottom of a small boat, lost in the Bay of Naples. A few days before that, I had contracted poliomyelitis at sea, and when my legs became paralyzed, the captain felt it was imperative to get me ashore, no matter what the hazards. The harbor was completely blacked out, lighted only by the glow of Mount Vesuvius. Our ship had never been there before, and the boys operating the small boat became lost. Overhead there were enemy planes, but at last, by the illumination of bursting shells from the shore batteries, the boys saw the dock and took me ashore. Sometimes since that night, I have imagined that this dramatic incident contained within itself my whole attitude toward life. For very often it seems to me that I am helpless, adrift in darkness, beset by dangers, proceeding to a strange and hidden destination. Yet I survived that experience, and I walk again, just as I have survived other personal problems, because of a hard-won conviction that if I keep faith with myself, if I am patient and do not despair, sooner or later, possibly during the darkest moment, the revelation will not be wanting to light my way a few steps onward to whatever destination I am approaching. As a child, I was taught by my religious instructors that I would never be tempted to evil beyond my power to resist. In later years, I have translated this axiom into other terms. Now I say that in the same way, I think that life cannot pose problems to me which I cannot surmount. There is nothing of cant or textbook morality in this belief of mine. I have no knowledge of formal philosophy, and doubtless I have arrived at very elementary conclusions, known to many men. But it seems to me that I could not have been created in any other way. I have a simple belief in a personal God, also given to me as a child, and in some area of instinctive reasoning, I believe that when this God created me, he presented me with an equation which I must work out in terms of the living of my life. It is a difficult equation, I know that, but it was constructed to fit my possibilities. And while it will take my whole life to see it through, I believe that its successful conclusion is within my power. To reach this balance of my forces is, I believe, the whole purpose of my existence. To be patient with my own failures, not to fall into despair, this is my greatest problem. Within my human limitations, I am aware of only the barest outline of my possibilities, and every day I fail in some way. Yet I remind myself, when I do not keep faith with myself, when I fall into my weaknesses, that the important fact is that I know when I have failed, and consequently every day I arrive more nearly to a knowledge of myself. I find consolation in thinking of my failures as guideposts to a better realization of myself. I suppose I could sum it all up by saying that I believe in myself, or in whatever it is in myself which makes it possible for me to dream of a better person than I am now, and which gives me deep pleasure in the act of working, however painfully, toward a happier fulfillment of my being.
They're the creed of Bence Plegaman of Palisades, New York. He was born in Springfield, Ohio, of pioneer stock, and was educated in Cleveland by the Brothers of Mary.
Here's Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Hello there, this is Diamond. About the most strenuous effort I might give out during a working year is maybe chasing some thug up the escalator at Bloomingdale's department store. But last week I really outdid myself. The all-stars of the police force challenged the private detectives to a baseball game for the benefit of the vice squad. And I wound up stiffer than a pair of starched overalls. Because the private detectives are quick to take advantage of the slightest opportunity, by the 8th inning, we realized the need for some immediate strategy. The score at that point was 6-4, the cops leading. So I got hold of a little blonde I knew and had her walk across the infield in a sweater. The idea was to disturb the opposing team and take their minds off the game. It would have worked, but it seemed that since I had last seen my little blonde friend, she'd become quite a favorite with the police force, so they just waved hello and went about their business. My drooling colleagues, however, had not come in contact with said hunk of fluff, and before the game was over, 3 of them had picked up the bat boy and tried to bunt with him. You may have read where the police force finally beat us. Close game, 37-4. But I want to say right here and now, they never could have done it without that sweater. And oh, yeah, I got mixed up in a little honest murder the next day. It all started in the back booth of a middle-class nightclub. A couple of people were busy trying to think up the fastest way to make a homicide billiard. Oh, that's the 3-cushion variety. Killing to frame up to the electric chair.
Leon, are you sure this will work?
You want to get rid of that old man of yours, don't you?
You know I do.
Well, I got a wife that I want to dump, too. This letter from her is going to fix it so we both end up very unmarried.
Are you sure they'll blame it on Martin?
Sure, I'm sure. When they find him with this letter and his own gun and the dead body of my dear little wife, they'll slap him in the chair so fast he won't know what happened.
Who's going to find him with the body?
That's your job, baby. I'll get the letter to your husband, and you swipe his gun and get it to me. And you go get yourself a private detective and tell the shamus that you suspect your husband of running around with another girl. You and the shamus tail your husband. I'll have it timed so you catch him with the goods right after the killing.
Well, all right. I hope it works.
It will if you want it to, baby.
I want it to. Because I want you.
Yeah. Yeah, and all that nice money your husband's going to leave you.
Leon.
Come here, June.
Yeah.
Come in.
Mr. Diamond?
That's right.
I want to hire a private detective.
Well, good for you. Sit down.
Thank you. What is your fee? What's the matter?
Oh, stand up and sit down again.
They're 52 gauge, Mr. Diamond. Like them?
Oh, you'd look good if they were sweat socks.
I don't think they'd go with a high heel.
You've got a point. Now, what were you saying?
I wanted to know what your fee is.
Oh, $100 a day in expenses.
Isn't that a little high?
I stopped eating at the automat 6 years ago.
All right, I'll give you a retainer.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. What's the job?
I think my husband is running around with another woman.
What do you want me to do? Hustle him off to the nut house?
Oh, aren't you nice? I want you to go with me as a witness.
You know, any other time I might get shy, but I'm really interested in seeing a girl who could beat your time. When do I start?
Meet me in front of my house at 10 minutes to 8. My husband leaves around 8.
What's the address? 521
East 58th Street. My name is Hyers, Mr. Diamond. June Hyers.
All right, June. I'll see you at 10 to 8. Now, excuse me, but about that retainer.
Oh, yes, that. Here's $100. Is that enough?
It'll keep me interested. What's your husband's name?
Martin. I'll see you this evening, Mr. Diamond.
Oh, one more question.
Yes?
Why haven't you and your husband been getting along?
A lot of reasons. By the way, Mr. Diamond, how old are you?
No. Oh, well, I'm frisky, but I passed the foolish mark when I was 3.5.
Did you? Goodbye, Mr. Diamond.
I wonder if I did. Diamond Detective Agency, with men who know the corpses best. It's Diamond 2 to 1.
Rick.
Oh, Helen. Hello, baby.
What are you doing?
What gauge nylons do you wear, dear?
52. Why?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, Ricky, you better buy me a present.
Oh, you never can tell. I was just looking at a pair a few minutes ago.
Rick.
Yeah?
Where were you looking at them?
What kind of a question is that?
A very good question. Have you got a girl up in that office?
Helen.
Don't you Helen me, have you?
Well, I give you my word I haven't.
All right. Was there a girl in your office? Was there?
Well, a client. I got a $100 retainer.
I don't care if she gave you the George Washington Bridge. You were obviously looking at her leg.
Well, I couldn't help it. She sat on that way. Now, look, honey, she's just another client.
With 52-gauge nylons. But you do count the threads.
Oh, can you do that?
Oh, you wolf.
Yeah, but you're the only one who gets the benefit of my talents.
You can put the soft soap away. When am I going to see you?
I got some business at 8. I'll be over later.
Well, I'm going to stay mad until you get here. And you're going to tell me all about those nylons.
I'll be sure and do some research. Bye. Well, there you are. You sit around and wait for a meal ticket to come in, and just because it happens to be fitted with curves, your best girl digs up the green-eyed monster. I don't know why gals get sore at a guy just because they catch him panting a little. After all, it's hot in New York. I spent the rest of the afternoon trying to hit a big horsefly with a rubber band and some paper clips, and by 6 o'clock we shook hands and called it a draw. I closed the office and went home. I got into some clean clothes and grabbed a bite to eat at the corner drugstore. At 10 minutes to 8, I was sitting in June Hyer's car, parked across the street from her front door.
Mr. Diamond, how did you ever get to be a private detective?
Mrs. Hyer, how did you ever get to be a housewife?
You think things up in a hurry, don't you?
Only when I got competition.
You like competition?
Up to a point. After that, I get tired of the struggle.
I feel like I was back in college, sitting in a parked car with a good-looking man.
Your education must have been pretty tame. I haven't moved once.
Well, I really started to study after I graduated.
Oh, I bet you got straight A's.
Must you top everything?
I play around with a lot of trouble, Mrs. Hyer, and I've got to stay one step ahead of it.
Do I look like trouble?
When's your husband coming out of that house?
Any minute now. You didn't answer my question.
I'll tell you as soon as I see your husband.
Well, how will that tell you?
If he's wearing a beanie with a propeller on it, I'll know you've been giving him a lot of trouble.
So I've been giving him trouble. Does that mean I'll do the same for somebody else?
What's the difference, a husband or a private detective? They both got their names from a guy named Adam.
Oh, look. A cab pulled up to the front door.
Yeah, I see it.
And here comes Martin.
He's getting into the cab. Well, what do you know?
What's the matter?
No beanie. We both sat and watched while Martin Hyer got into the cab and it pulled away. Mrs. Hyer put her car in gear, and we started the tail, keeping at a safe distance. He led us across town to a middle-class apartment house, and we stopped the car and waited up the street.
He's getting out and going into that building.
Come on.
What for? Shouldn't we let him get up there first and then...
Look, baby. Do you know who this gal is?
No, of course not.
Well, then come on. I want to see what door he goes in.
Won't he see us?
Honey, I don't tell you how to put your lipstick on. Now, don't tell me how to make it like a bloodhound.
Oh, the lobby is empty.
Now, watch the elevator.
Oh.
It's stopping on the 4th floor.
Hadn't we better go up?
Look, lover. The 4th floor probably comes equipped with a lot of doors. Now, if you want to just knock on any of them, go hire yourself Humphrey Bogart.
Well, then what do we do?
You stand by and watch like you... make like you knew what I was doing. See, the little old elevator's coming back down. Now, you just hold it there while I look at the mailboxes. Mrs. B. Callahan. Mrs. Lillian McEdward. Mrs. Mike. Well... and Miss Sally Maxwell. Okay, now we push the button for the 4th floor and away we go. Fun?
How do you know where to go?
I got the name off the mailbox.
But you said yourself there must be a lot of people on the 4th floor.
Elementary, my dear girl. Process of elimination. We're lucky this time. Only one single girl on the 4th floor. Sally Maxwell. Come on. It's 406.
What if there'd been more than one single girl?
So I make some new friends. Now stop asking questions and stick close.
I'd love it.
Now, here it is, 406. Now hold it down.
Can you hear anything?
No. Yeah, somebody's moving around.
Oh?
Duck.
What?
Too late. What?
June.
Good evening. I represent the Great Nothing Life Insurance Company.
What are you doing here, June?
I might ask you the same thing.
Do you mind if we come in? I'd like to interest you in our indemnity clause.
Stop pushing. Get out of my way.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing. You get $3 million if a python bites you in the middle of Times Square.
You can't force your way in here like that. You...
Oh, now you've hurt my feelings.
Take your hands off me or I'll strike you again.
Sure, but you need 2 more to put you out. Here, have one on me. Now, the next time you go striking people...
Mr. Diamond, look.
I looked past the little guy and spotted the body. She was blonde, and I didn't know why she was hanging onto the rug that way. She wasn't going anywhere.
All right, you. Get out of my way.
Huh? Oh, what a lovely gun.
Martin, you killed that girl.
No, I did not. I came in here and found her like that, but I didn't kill her.
She's been shot.
I know that. I found the gun by her body. You don't think I'd kill her? I was in love with her.
Martin.
Is that the gun that did it?
Yes. I mean, no. I don't know what I mean. But you stand right there. Don't take another step.
That's your gun, Martin.
Don't shut up. I didn't kill Sally, but I know I haven't got a chance of proving it, so if you come any closer, I will most certainly shoot you.
I hate to look like an idiot, but it's against the law to shoot people.
Mr. Diamond, be careful.
Come on, Martin. Give me the gun.
You don't think I'll shoot, do you?
Come on, give it to me.
Just one more step.
Look out, he's going to shoot.
Come on, open up in there. What?
Better drop it, Martin. You got company.
Stay back. Stay back.
This is the police. Open up or we'll break the door in.
Police?
Give me the gun, Martin.
No.
Let him in, June. Before Levinson tears down the whole wall. I've got Martin.
Yes, all right.
I didn't do it.
What's going on in here?
Hello, Walt.
Hey, Lieutenant, look. It's the gumshoe.
Rick, why do you guys always have to break down doors? Why don't you try turning the knob first?
Otis, didn't you see if it was unlocked? I forgot, Lieutenant. You mallet head. We got a report that someone heard a shot from this apartment.
There's the body, Walt.
Who's this guy?
Martin Hyer. Here's his gun. He was going to use it on me.
I didn't kill her. I came in and found her that way.
Oh, shut up. Who's the girl with you, Diamond?
This is Mrs. Hyer. Martin is her husband.
You don't say. The old triangle, huh, Rick?
I engaged Mr. Diamond to follow my husband.
That's right, Walt. We caught Martin trying to sneak out on the corpse.
I told you I didn't kill her.
And I told you to shut up. Is this your gun?
Yes, but I found it lying by the body. I knew I'd be blamed if someone found my gun, so I put it in my pocket.
You search him, Rick?
Haven't had time.
Shake him down, Otis.
Yeah, Lieutenant.
I want my lawyer, and you get away from me.
You open your trap just once more.
Okay, butthole.
Please, Mr. Diamond, I'd like to get out of here.
Sure. Okay, Walt?
Yeah, but I want to talk to both of you down at the station later.
Here's something, Lieutenant.
What is it? Oh, letter.
Are you coming, Mr. Diamond?
You go on down. I'll be right with you.
All right.
Walt, what does the letter say?
You can't continue this way. I've decided to break it off once and for all. It will do no good to see me, so please stay away and leave me alone. Signed Sally.
Let me see that.
Yeah. Well, what about it, you? Is the dead girl named Sally?
Yes. I don't know why she sent it. We were both in love.
Sure. What were you going to do about your wife?
I was going to tell her this evening. Then I received this note. I came right over to see Sally, but believe me, I didn't kill her.
Tell me something, Martin. Is this the way you received the letter?
Yes. Why?
Now, you wait a minute, Rick. I'm very happy with what I've got, so don't start making like Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, well, I guess you're right, Walt. He admits it's his gun, and this letter is certainly motive enough.
Yeah. Otis, call for the wagon and put the cuffs on Hyer.
Right, Lieutenant.
Walt, why would someone send a letter after tearing off the top of it?
Huh?
See, the top of this letter is missing. The part that usually reads, Dear Julius or something.
So what?
Do me a favor, will you, Walt?
Oh, what is it?
Give me 3 minutes and then have Otis fire a shot from this apartment.
What?
Is that all you can say? Have Otis fire a shot in about 3 minutes after I leave.
I will not. The police department can't go around making like it was the 4th of July.
You want to solve a murder, don't you?
I have solved it. What more do I need? I got a suspect, the murder weapon, and a good motive.
Walt, if you just killed someone and a guy caught you at it, what would you do?
Knock him off, too.
Well, I caught Hyer in the act, and he didn't pull the trigger.
Well, you said yourself he was going to.
But he didn't, and he took too much time thinking about it. Walt, I can't remember hearing a shot when I came in this building.
So you didn't hear a shot. Maybe you couldn't.
Well, that's what I want to find out. I was right behind Martin all the way up to this apartment, and I didn't hear a shot. Maybe you didn't kill her.
That's right, I didn't. Please, I didn't kill her.
You see, Walt?
Oh, you always start something like this.
Martin, did your girlfriend Sally have any enemies?
No. At least she never told me about any.
Now, where are you, Brain Trust?
Just a little more sure of myself. First, Martin can't make up his mind about shooting me. Then he claims that the murdered girl didn't have any enemies. Does that sound like a killer trying to cover up?
You've run into smart killers before. I'm surprised at you, Rick.
I called the station, Lieutenant.
I'm proud of you. Go on in the other room and shoot that cannon of yours off when I tell you.
The what, Lieutenant?
You heard me. Shoot it into a mattress, but don't muffle a shot.
Okay.
But not till I tell you. You might think it's fun and blow up the whole building.
Thanks, Walt.
What are you doing?
Just looking around this desk to see if I can find the top piece of this letter. Martin, are you sure that your girlfriend didn't know anyone who might want to kill her?
She never said she was in danger. But you might ask her husband.
Her husband?
Oh, swell. Why didn't you say something about her husband before this?
You didn't ask.
Oh. Who is her husband?
His name's Leon Fisk.
The gambler?
Yes.
Oh. Bye, Walt.
Now, you wait a minute.
Have Otis start making like a Roman candle 3 minutes after I leave.
What's that you've got in your hand?
Huh? Well, it's a piece of stationery from the desk that matches the stationery this letter was written on.
You can't take that letter. It's evidence.
What is?
That letter the murdered girl wrote to this guy.
Well, how do you know she wrote it?
Because this guy said so.
Yes, but I'm not sure. It could be forged.
See, Walt, maybe she didn't write it.
Well, that's why I want it. The lab will be able to tell from other samples of her handwriting.
Tell what, Walt?
Who wrote that letter?
Well, don't you know?
Of course I don't know, but we found it on this guy, and it's police evidence.
Why?
Why? Well, because it just is, that's all.
Well, anybody could have written it. You could have written it, Martin.
Yes, I guess I could.
And send it to yourself?
Why would I send it to myself, Lieutenant?
You wouldn't. That's why it's important.
You mean the letter itself or the fact that he couldn't have sent it to himself?
Both reasons.
Well, if he couldn't have sent it to himself, that eliminates him as a suspect. It does? He didn't do it. Did you, Martin?
No.
See, Walt?
Now, wait a minute. Why do I always get into something like this?
You asked me if I sent the letter to myself.
You shut up.
And you said he couldn't have.
That's right, he couldn't.
Then someone else did.
Of course they did.
Okay, then as long as you're not so sure it's important, I'm going to take it with me.
Who says it's not important?
Well, if he didn't send it to himself, then someone else did. And if someone else did, the murdered girl couldn't have, so anyone could have sent it. Isn't that right?
Say that again?
He said if I didn't send the letter to myself, then I couldn't have gotten it.
No. He said you couldn't have sent the letter to... No, wait a minute. You couldn't have written it to
myself.
Yeah. So someone else wrote it and sent it to the murdered girl and...
No. Send it to me.
You're crazy. I distinctly heard him say...
Walt.
Yeah?
After you figure it out, be sure and have Otis fire that shot. I'm going to see Leon Fisk.
Okay. Now, let's start it again. If I didn't... If somebody didn't... If you didn't...
If I didn't what? Lieutenant?
Oh.
What is the matter, Lieutenant?
He did it again. And you helped him. You rat, I'll see that you get the chair even if you didn't kill her.
What did I do?
You shut up.
What's
took you so long?
I had to get a merry-go-round started.
Can I drop you somewhere?
Just relax for a second. I've got to think something out.
Well, I didn't ever think Martin could kill anyone.
Yeah.
What was that?
Just a backfire. Look, drive me across town. I want to talk to a guy named Leon Fisk.
Leon Fisk?
Yeah, runs a nightclub with an iron claw in the back room.
What's the address?
222 East 45th. I remember it because when I was on the force, I used to raid his place for exercise.
Thinking of doing some gambling?
That's the way it'll probably end up. Let's go. She drove me across town, and 10 minutes later, we pulled up in front of a low building with a flight of steps leading down to a basement door. A large sign over the door read Cellar Club. I got out and thanked June for the lift and watched her drive off. I went down the steps and through the door.
Something I can do for you?
Yeah, I'd like to see Leon Fisk.
Maybe you don't want to see it. What's the name?
Just tell him Diamond.
Okay.
You got a phone booth?
Yeah, right over there.
Thanks. I found the phone booth and went in. In my business, you work with hunches, and sometimes they pay off. I knew that the torn letter had to be sent to someone the dead girl was going to slough. I didn't think it was Hyer, so the next best prospect was her husband, Leon Fisk. I didn't have a thing to pin on him, but a good bluff can open a lot of doors. I took out the letter and copied the handwriting on the other piece of stationery. I wrote the name Leon at the top, and then the words, "We can't continue," so they'd correspond with the first part of the original. Yeah?
What was you writing?
What's it to you?
You don't have to get sore. I just thought maybe you was getting a tip on the horses, and I sure could use a winner. The nags have been beating me to death.
Oh, no tip.
Okay, the boss will see you. That door right over there.
Thanks.
Well, Diamond, it's been a long time.
I haven't missed you, Leon.
What brings you here?
Your wife was killed tonight.
Sally?
One's usually the limit.
That's too bad. How did it happen?
I thought maybe you could tell me.
I don't know anything about it.
Ever see this letter before?
Hey.
What's the matter? That's your wife's handwriting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It says, Leon, we can't continue. Then the writing stopped.
Oh, so what?
Well, the guy the police are holding got a letter from Sally, too. It started the same way, but it wasn't addressed to anyone. The top was torn off. You know what I think?
No, tell me.
I think she started one letter to you, then threw it away and wrote another one. I think you sent the second to Martin Hyer after tearing off the name Leon.
Go on, Diamond.
You didn't count on her starting a second one, so you went up to her apartment and killed her with Martin's own gun.
Oh, with his own gun. Maybe you can tell me how I got it.
Oh, I think so. You had to know a lot of things before you could kill your wife. What time Martin would arrive so the time of death would be close. You had to have his gun to leave by the body, and you had to have a witness who would swear Martin killed her. It had to be timed just right.
You're talking yourself into a corner. How would I get all these things?
By working with someone who was close enough to Martin. Maybe like his wife.
You're crazy.
Am I? She just drove me to this place.
So what? A lot of people know this place.
She told me she didn't. So I gave her an address 8 doors down, but she pulled up right in front of your door.
Well, that could happen.
It was too pat, Leon. Getting me to come to her place at 10 minutes to 8 and knowing her husband would leave close to 8. She had to know it because that letter was delivered just before I got there.
Think you can prove it?
You made one mistake. I didn't hear a shot when I got to your wife's apartment. I found out later that you could hear one all the way down in the street. Your wife was killed before Martin went into that building. Probably when you saw his cab pull up. Well, anyway, it's enough to hold you on, and I think we can prove later on that you've been seeing June Hyers.
You're a pretty smart shamus, Diamond.
Oh, you mean you admit it?
Okay, baby, come on in. June, come on out of there.
Leon, are you crazy?
Well. I didn't know you kept your back room stocked with nylons, Leon.
Yeah. I guess you two don't need any introductions.
Why did you have to drag me into this?
You heard what Diamond said. He knows all about it. You got the car out back?
Yes, but what are we going to do with him?
Diamond? Well, he's going swimming with a barrel of cement.
Lieutenant Levinson wouldn't like that. He knows I came here.
You're lying.
Wait a minute, maybe he isn't. Diamond was upstairs with him for quite a while.
Okay, so we'll have to hurry things up.
Leon, you can't shoot him.
Yeah. You should know it's not polite to point.
I'm not going to knock him off here in the office. We'll take him in the car and do it later.
No, Leon.
What do you mean, no?
It was your idea to kill your wife. I just helped get the gun.
I'm not going to be along if you kill Diamond.
You're going to be right with me, baby, because you're in this up to your pretty neck, and I need that car.
I'm not going to do it.
Oh, yes, you are. Oh, you and Diamond go swimming together.
Leon!
Give me that gun.
Let me go.
Come on, drop it.
You go to the devil. June, come back here.
I'm getting out. You got me into this mess.
Come back here, you dirty little tramp. Don't you take that car.
You're not going anywhere, Leon.
You want to bet? I'll fix you, Diamond.
He hit me with the butt of his gun, and I went down like the price of wheat in July. As I picked myself up, I watched him run for the back door.
June, wait for me. You're not going to leave me here to take a rock.
I got my gun out and stumbled over to the window and looked out just as the car started up. I spotted Leon with a gun in his hand. He looked mean enough to start shooting with it. He did. He started running up the alley then. I suppose I could have said something like, stop or I'll shoot, but I was too tired. I just rested my arm on the window and let him have it. Well, Walt finally showed and cleaned things up. I was bleeding again, so I headed for 975 Park Avenue and my usual first aid station.
Yes?
Hello, Francis. Miss Asherin?
Oh, my goodness, Mr. Diamond. Come in, sir. Come in. You've been hurt again.
I guess you'll have to answer the door a little quicker after this, Francis, or build a first aid station in the hall.
The usual, sir?
No, you can forget the plasma, Francis. I had liver for dinner. I can stand the loss.
Just as you say, sir. Miss Asher is in the study.
Oh, thank you. Why don't you go to bed? You look tired.
Yes. Good night, sir.
Boo.
Oh, Rick.
Yeah. Isn't it awful?
Oh, what happened to your chin?
Oh, I got it caught in a 38. Want me to go?
Want you to go? Why?
Well, I thought maybe my poor little face scared you.
Oh, I like your poor little mussed-up face.
Well, thanks, Sporty.
How about some music?
Oh, I'm too tired. Turn on the radio.
All right. Now, let me look at that chin.
Oh, that's soothing.
Hey, shut that radio off. I'm trying to sleep.
Now, what is that?
Oh, it's that crabby old neighbor.
Oh, it is, huh?
Now, Rick, don't get mad. I'll turn it off.
You want something, Max?
Yeah, some sleep. Is that too much to ask?
Well, stick your head in the closet.
Now, look, Bud.
You look. That radio wouldn't wake a 2-year-old.
Well, just pretend I haven't stopped teething, wise guy. All I want is some sleep.
Oh, you do, huh?
Sleepy time, gal. You're turning night into day.
Rick.
Oh, that guy upsets me.
All right, he upsets you. That's too pretty a song to sing like that.
No.
Now, you do it right, or I'm going to be mad.
Well, honey, then that's the last thing I want you to be. Now, cuddle up on the sofa. You comfy?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be mad now, baby. Sleepy time, gal. You're turning night into day. Sleepy time, gal. You dance the evening away.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Before each silvery star fades out of sight, please give me one little kiss. Then let us whisper goodnight. It's getting late, and baby, your pillow's waiting. Sleepy time, gal, when all your dancing is through. Sleepy time, gal, I'll find a cottage for you. You'll learn to cook and to sew. What's more, you'll love it, I know. When you're a stay-at-home, play-at-home, 8 o'clock, sleepy time, gal. Well, how was that, baby? Helen. Helen. Well, how do you like that? She snores, too. Hey, you! Max!
Yeah, now what do you want?
How about a game of gin? I'm lonesome.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg. Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Jay Novello, Joan Banks, and Stacey Harris. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by William P. Rousseau. Dick Powell soon will be seen in the screen version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective. This program has come to you from Hollywood. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.